What is good, chat? It is Wednesday. We are live from the middle of Canada with my bro here, the Gooch man himself. What's up, Jay?
What's up? What's up? What's going on, buddy?
Great interview earlier tonight, dude.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I did the whole racing around my basement to get my lamp plugged in. After you start the countdown, that's the trick, right? It's more of a challenge if you wait until after the count starts to go plug in your LAN cable.
Yeah.
Makes it more fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this. Episode 7 and 8.
If we can do it, let's try to do it. I'd love to be caught up by time for Crimson Sky next week, because that's going to be a big episode, I think. But we will do our best. We've got a great crew here helping us get there. And speaking of which, Lady B is in the house.
Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Oh my god, episode 8. I'm like, I need a hug.
Yes, but this show is so freaking good. Every week, it's a banger. So
yeah,
lots. Of
I haven't watched 8 yet. I'm sorry, I haven't even watched 8 yet.
Gooch,
so
what?
I haven't had time. I had I'm stumbling for words. I haven't even had time.
Tornaga's trans in 8.
Yeah.
Sex change, bottom surgery, all done.
I saw it come. I saw it coming. I knew it.
We have
the tea house.
He's a geisha.
What's up, Squeeka?
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you for coming back.
Lady B, I need a hug. I cried, maybe a lot,
Yeah,
a lot on the episode that Gooch didn't bother to watch. He's too good for Shogun. So
what? No.
Wow. He watches Scavenger's Reign though over and over and over again. He's got lots of time for that.
Exactly.
Huh?
It's because Shogun's not animated enough for him. It's real.
True.
True.
That's true. That's very true.
It's no Coyote Ugly.
We have a special guest, Steve, Prophet of the Dragon. Been a long time, dude.
Yo, man, what's up? Finally, a regular schedule, right? That's always what it is. My weird ass work schedule. So, what's up?
Good to see you working human hours and that you can come hang out.
Yeah, you said trans, and I started having I started getting sweats, and I'm like, wait a second. I thought we were doing the good stuff. I started having flashbacks and cold sweats. I'm like, maybe I should get out of here before, but it was just bad flashbacks.
I think we're good for this one now, but like season 2, if there was a season 2, we should be concerned about that because we know how that tends to go.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we'll see. FX does okay with some of that stuff, so.
That's true, but just don't tell Disney they own FX.
That's true too. Maybe they'll keep forgetting that they exist and they can keep providing quality content for us because it's nice.
Keep it down over there, guys. We got one last guest here. First time on the show. What's up, Hostmann?
Well, hello.
That's an excellent accent you got going there.
Oh, I thank you very much. Thank you very much,
from Osaka?
Master.
You from Osaka? What's going on?
I'm used to this. I'm used to this being like that. So.
What's going on, Gooch? You told me he was cool.
No, I did not.
You're gonna listen to the guy who can't even watch episode 8 about what's cool or not. I mean,
Fight me, Gooch. Fight me.
Injected.
Before we say hi to everyone in the chat, I have a special clip I made for this week. I'm going to show. This one is this is for you, Gooch, actually, because it was your birthday last week, and I want to celebrate you for an extra week if we can. And so this was made special for you. Ready?
Birthday, Gooch.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'ma head out west where real women call me grip, grits and fake breasts. Find a nest in the hills, chill like Flint, buy an old drop top, find a spot.
Yes. Yes. Now we're talking.
Coyote Ugly.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yes, your gimmick is now on the show in clip form. So
excellent. Excellent. My plan is working.
So what we've been doing here with people who are newer to the show or getting just their feet going on YouTube is I want to ask them some questions about their YouTube stuff. Hostmann, you're kind of you're getting going here. What's your deal? Tell people who you are.
Well, I don't have much I don't have much of a YouTube presence yet, but I got a little channel. I got a tiny little channel where I basically just have a compilation clip of Cab Calloway dancing in old Merry Melodies cartoons, and the intro that's going to be to my first ever video about the hit television show Has Been Hotel, which editing a video about that show makes me feel like I'm in hell.
And it's your
That
first
bad?
video.
Or is
Yes.
it just the editing?
No, the show is bad. Like, I've already had to watch it, the first episode, twice just to get the footage that I needed. And
Yeah,
gosh.
I feel that about like doing like Wheel of Prime because it is so bad. No, I think Steve takes the cake for this because he did the fight scene breakdowns and how bad they are and how many mistakes they make, and he's been just doing that series, which is amazing.
With a
brave.
rewatch impending, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if I could take it. I need to buy like 15 more keywords. Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare.
So, Hostman, your first video you plan to do is like a show that you don't like.
Yeah.
It's painful
I
to
just-
do the video for.
Solid.
Yeah, it's just I had originally intended to do a video about racist cartoons from the 40s first, but I didn't think my analysis was up to snuff, so I just decided to pivot to something that I thought I could give better analysis on, because ironically Has Been Hotel is a show from Prime and it's about demons in hell and how they're actually the good guys and whatever. It has a bunch of really haphazard attempts at satire of Christianity.
Oh, really?
Oh gosh.
It is no good, master.
Okay. So, what made you tackle that one first as your first video?
Just by the fact that I was just so like annoyed by it, and I just thought it was so bad on every level. I was just kind of offended by it on every level, I guess you could say.
Oh.
I thought it was great that he invited Platoon to come watch it with him.
What? Really?
Yeah, I wrangled Platoon, Stupenzo, actually Andrew,
Wow.
and Professor R2 into doing a watch party with me, and footage from that watch party will be in the video, and their reactions are funny. Like Platoon, you know how it's a joke on EFAP that if you bow out like halfway through a Movie Bob video, Movie Bob killed you?
Mhm.
Has Been Hotel killed little Platoon. Like, he just gave up. He's like, I'm done. I can't handle this.
Oh my gosh.
He's been defeated. Normally, he lasts longer than that. So, yeah.
So they say.
So they say. So I heard.
Yeah.
From a
So I
guy.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From another guy.
Not
Yeah.
me. Not personally.
Yeah.
Every
I mean,
guy says
I
that,
would.
though.
But
A source.
I would definitely send him Flash Dog if I could, as a gift someday. Chat, hello, you're Barmy. What's up? Jana is here. She came second. That's kind of the story of her life. Hostman, you're already here, and you're in the chat. Thank you very much. Jacob,
Oh,
first
yeah,
before we go any further with these, a lot of people we like to hang out with are in Vegas right now, and they're doing the meetup stuff, and they're watching meetup streams. So for them, I want to say, go back to your room and start up your iPad or whatever you brought with you, your tablet, and watch my show, and then you can go out after that. So just go back and watch this and then leave. And if there's a bank of TVs or computers or a Best Buy, for example, go in there and put my channel on every single computer and then come back and let me know how many you did. Thank you. No more fun until this is done. Fair?
I'll be right back. I gotta go to Best Buy.
Nice. You fuckers out there having fun without us. Yeah. And of course, Gary goes live. Squeega is here and there and everywhere. CLS, good to see you. I guess now that you're done the Lent stuff, you can come on normal days. Is that right, CLS? Lent stuff? Is that a correct term? Trip?
I Trip. Trip told me to read this book, and it was an erotic fantasy novel, and I just
I'm sorry,
finished it. It's this erotic fantasy novel called Kushiel's Dart, and I was like, how bad is this going to be if like Trip is telling me to read it?
Kushiel's
Yeah.
Dart?
Yeah. And I'm like, have you read that?
No, I'm just thinking that title makes my mind go to some very terrible places.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's an interesting read for sure. I feel
That
like,
I don't know if he's old enough to read it yet. So that's
oh, okay.
I'm over 18.
By how much?
A year.
Bust in your
What?
balls.
Dude, I'm
My
like 10
God.
times
I
that
turned
age.
20 in October.
Man, it makes me feel incredibly old.
Me too.
Me too. William Richards, what's up, dude? Good to see you here. And yeah. Lady B, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm surviving. I'm having a little pain thing, so I'm sitting on my couch, and hopefully I'll last through the night. But yeah.
Yeah, just let me know. You're always a trooper here. So
Oh, thank you.
Jay Goodwin. What's up, Jay? Jay's not watching this show at all yet, which is disappointing. Watch the show.
It's the best show
Sherry.
out there right now.
It's the best show on TV right now, I think.
By
I will
far,
say
I
that.
think. Yeah.
What's close, would you say?
What's close right now?
Yeah.
Well, Masters of the Air was okay, but that ended. I was watching Tokyo Vice. I'm reading way too much TV these days. Like Tokyo Vice is half subtitles too, but that was a good show, but that's over too. So I'm trying
Second season. That's the second season, right?
Yeah. The second
Yeah.
season just ended. It was.
Okay.
I enjoyed that a hell of a lot too. So hopefully they get a third season of that. That's on Max. So that was really good. I think that because I was watching like 3 or 4 things. I was like, wow, why is it all this good TV on right now?
Yeah.
Then I ruined the streak with. Now I don't know if I should pick a fight with Trip right now, but Three Body Problem sort of ruined my streak. But
I'm with you on that, dude.
3 Body Problem.
Oh,
ended
it's
good.
not good.
No, it's horrible. It's
that's
horrible. It's
Have you ever read the
No.
book?
at least I don't know if I can say it's horrible. I don't know. I think horrible might be too strong. Maybe. I wasn't like angry at it, but like there's some ridiculous decisions made in that show, and some of the worst people on the that I think the problem 3 Body Problem suffers from, the more I've thought about it, is I don't have a single character I care whether they live or not. They can all die and I'd be fine.
Well, they're all filthy commies. That's why.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna get angry.
So it starts off really strong, I thought. I liked the idea. I was into the show. I was promoting it to go watch the show. It's kind of cool. And then like with 3 episodes to go, it just like it lasted longer than Peripheral did. At least it got me to like 4 or 5 episodes were pretty good.
Yeah.
But man, it was like a downward slope from there. And the last episode, I skipped through most of it. Like, what am I even watching?
I don't know. It's I don't know.
Happening.
It didn't make me. Yeah, what is happening is right. I don't know. It wasn't like the most. I don't know. There's some very weird like. I don't know. I don't know why that nobody can shoot when they need to, right? The worst, the villain, of course. Everybody else gets shot in the head, but no, she gets shot in the leg, and like 18 FBI officers can't find her, even though she's on the ground right there. It's like
I don't remember any shooting in Shogun.
no, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So Trip loves that show. And I appreciate that. Like, if you love it, that's great. It's just, it started off really well. Like, I thought the ideas were strong, concepts were good. Just by the end, I didn't like anyone in it.
Yep.
And I didn't care if they succeeded or not because I didn't like them. And they didn't give you a reason to like them, except for you're just meant to. It's kind of a put upon you to like these people because we showed you them. But there's no reason for any of them to be where they are either. Like, how are they so far ahead? And the wall sitting thing, what's with that?
I honestly wanted one thing and they didn't do it. Was how are the headsets being manufactured and who's making them and why? Like the technology is so far out ahead of everything, and you're not explaining where they came from and how they're being made or who's making them or who's dropping them off. I guess it's just the fantasy giant machine gods are making them, I guess.
The Tycho makes them. The Tycho makes them. They're imported from Portugal.
Let's cut off the 3 Body Problem. We'll get into the good shows instead. How about that?
Yes, sir.
AJ, what's up, AJ? AJ, watch Shogun, you can come on the show again, dude. Just watch Shogun. Just do it. I know it's not animated, but it's worth
There's
it.
no
anyways.
furries though, so I don't know.
But there's people who are like, there's younger people in it, you know, people who are minors. Maybe it's hard to tell because Asians age look differently, and you know, on the battlefield, and who knows what could happen out there. Get into a fight with a 14-year-old girl, possibly, and if you guys fall in love, it could happen.
True, big true.
What else? Okay, good group here in the chat. Thanks guys for hanging out with us tonight. And Trip is like, no, don't do it. But I mean, it is true, and only because I liked it would I even complain about it now. But it wasn't quite peripheral bad, but it was just not great. And what's up, author Stephen Walton? 10K Dragonstorm, congratulations, dude! Killing it over there on his Ladonis channel and on TikTok. Dragon person, at least.
Well, there are people who dress up in dragon armor.
You could just pretend it's a live action anime.
Yeah. I don't think AJ's gonna rub them wrong time.
Here we are. So just so you guys know, Gooch brought him. So
I did not. I don't. No. No.
Episode 7 of Shogun.
Yes, episode 7.
Starts off with a flashback battle of Toranaga's first battle as a teenager.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's AJ's teenager.
That's right for the teenager, right away. It shows the aftermath of the battle. Basically, they save the money by not showing us the actual fight. Which is kind of
okay though. I would have liked the fight, but it was all right how they presented it.
Yeah. That's fine. Budget is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So this is his first battle, his first victory, 46 years ago. He's like, how old is he? Like 14 during this, something like that.
12.
Yeah, he's
12.
Oh my god.
Yeah, baby.
It's not clear how much in charge he was of this. Really, is he like? I don't know if he's a figurehead for this or if he's actually, giving orders or commands, or if someone else is helping him with that. So I would like to know that part. Did you guys catch any of that, or do you know?
Well, there is the scene later on where they talk about how he seconded the opposing general who committed seppuku, and his half brother says, "Oh, he cut his head off in one stroke," and then his friend says, "Oh, you made such a fucking mess. It actually took you 9 times to cut his head off properly."
Yeah. I love that joke too. It's like, that's what you get for asking a kid to be your second. Should they share a laugh at the guy?
I think they were trying to sort of portray it as like he was the mastermind behind the battle, but
yeah,
I'm not sure if that. I think it was ambiguous enough that you could sort of go either way. Like he was just sort of the figurehead, or that he planned it. But I mean, he definitely got the credit. That's the important thing.
That's true. So this is the opposing general or daimyo or whatever his title would be. The guy who was defeated, and he's now ready to commit seppuku with because he lost, and that's like in Japan they love this. Like it's all about killing yourself. And, it's a race to the finish here.
I'd be afraid to yell at one of these guys like KYS, dude. And they're like, okay, fine.
Yeah, just gut yourself right away. He is the Lord, okay? Yeah, he's a Lord, but like, was he actually leading the battle, even though you're the Lord? Because lots of times, you're not actually the one with the plan. Okay.
Yeah, there's questions. I felt a lot of foreshadowing in this part. I mean, we've rarely gotten flashbacks. Like the only flashback we got was the ladies, if I remember correctly.
And we had he read the thing where he the guy said to him that maybe in the next life or the next time will be reversed.
Yeah, I'll be your second.
Yeah.
I felt like they're foreboding.
That's what it seemed like to me too. So again, the guy's taking his shirt off to go to work on himself, like they do. It's a great scene. All this stuff looks great.
Yeah, they get right up in there too.
Yeah.
When he cuts himself, it's like, whoa, good lord. Yeah, it's sort of hard, a little bit hard to watch almost, but
it's like they go across the railroad tracks, not down.
I
It's
think
kinda-
they get all up in there because they want to add to the determination of it. Like, look,
Yeah.
Oh
we're
yeah,
serious.
like I'm just gonna like,
This
like
isn't
it's
just
so
a poke
bad.
in the belly.
It's effective. No, it's effective. I was just saying it's.
I think
you know,
it's
they
really
could have.
interesting that.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Go
sorry.
ahead.
But I thought it was interesting because that would like if you didn't like if you didn't have somebody cutting off your head, like that would be a really horrible and slow way to die.
Terrible. It'd be terrible. Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, I think it's a credit to them that they just show how just get right in there and don't shy away from how gruesome it is actually.
And it was a thing to be granted a second as well. So like you didn't always automatically have a second. Like you
Yeah.
said, you may have to just sit there and wait it out while your
That'd be
guts spill out.
terrible.
It's
Yeah.
hours, right? You would die for hours.
Oh god, yeah.
In pain. And they really do show this. I think this was interesting to see because how long it takes for them to make that cut. And you have to show it for us to get an idea of what that's like. And like the resistance on that, like it shouldn't seem as an easy thing. And they really did a good job with that. I thought showing us how it's a difficult thing to do. Even though they're always in a race to do it.
Yeah.
That guy has a weird head, just saying.
Yeah, there it is.
Uh,
Yeah, gross, hey?
Man, more sword hand, but that's okay.
Much better with
he's,
the closed captions on.
he's killing himself. He can kill himself with sword hand. It's okay.
Squelching.
Squelching. That's a great. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoever closed caption this one was waiting to use that one. Squelching.
I did like the flashback though to start the show.
It's very good.
Shows. And it also sort of mirrors what's going to happen later on with his son.
it's the idiot. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Which one? Oh, Nagakato?
No, his son.
son.
His
His
kid?
son is a
Yeah.
dope. His son is such a dope.
God.
He's such a dope.
Yeah, he kind of
How
is.
did the apple fall so far from the tree? That's all I want to know.
I would kept hoping he's gonna have some redemption, but
Turn around or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, and then what happens. I don't want to jump the gun, but
Yeah.
man.
So right now they're marching to meet his brother's army. Is that right here? Is that this?
Yeah, the
it
forest. The brother comes out.
Right.
I really hate his helmet.
me
Yeah.
too. I was surprised that's even Japanese, but I think it does. It looks like ancient Scythian stuff.
I don't know about you guys, but I think his helmet and his gear is designed to make you instantly hate him. I don't know, but
Yeah, look at he's like rolling up with the fur coat, like he's
I
at
could-
camp or something.
I confess
Low
when I
key.
saw him, I was like, let it go. Let it go. I'm sorry. I was like, Japanese Elsa.
Yeah, why are they all wearing gray too?
They all the same colors. Was that a thing? Do you guys know? Like the
Well,
color
he was from the
coordination?
north. He was from the north, right? So
Yeah.
This is Ned
Thank you.
Stark. Oh, sorry.
yeah, pretty
It
much.
looks like a dunce cap.
It does. Yeah,
He's
this
got
guy.
a snowflake, y'all.
They cast this guy perfect for me to instantly dislike him.
True.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him. He looks like just look at him next to it. He looks so
goober.
weird.
He's a
It's
goober.
like-
Goober. That is a great way.
Yeah. He's a goober. And he's
And
even
he's
like
got the cute little flaps on the side. I mean, it's so beautiful.
it could be like one of those rain hats, like a Paddington Bear rain hat too. Like it's all purpose, this look. And you look kind of like a Mongolian spin, maybe almost too. I don't know.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna call him Paddington.
Paddington. Yes, Paddington Goober. So this is he needs his brother's help because his army kind of got buried by the
Yeah, that was
landslide, the
that was
earthquake.
horrible.
Yeah. It's a bit of a mess. Chat. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. Oh, Trip is still debating.
Oh, see, I told you we got her started.
Trip. It's okay. It's okay. You can like it and it
You
can
can
still be
like
bad.
terrible shows. It's okay
Yeah.
to like terrible stuff. It's
Yep.
okay. It's really okay.
Yep. It's all fine. How many chops are pork chops?
All of them.
And Copa's here. Hey Copa, what's up, Cope dog?
Where did the other guy go? Is he gonna come back?
Which guy?
Hostmann?
There he is. Just in time. Husband, you're back. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry about that. There's just these two jackasses came and plopped their asses right in this little corner where I usually stream, where it's nice and quiet with no consideration for the fact that I looked like I wanted to be left alone. So I had to move.
No worries. That's frustrating though, huh? I bet.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No,
Anyway,
no problem at all.
anyways.
We're good. We're good. Did you assault them at all?
Seppuku.
No.
Oh yes.
I felt like telling him. I'm like, yo, jackasses, can I have some privacy, please?
Yeah.
But
going to get my sword,
I felt like they would have just been like, no, fuck off, dude. Yeah, I don't need that kind of headache, you know.
Oh.
I love this part where they're still having like relationship issues, and then again, Toranaga is just like, I don't have time for this nonsense.
He doesn't. He has no patience for it whatsoever.
I just need to make clips of him saying that every time.
And like the next episode, especially where he really outlasts everyone, and he understands what everyone's gonna do. He's way ahead of them all.
I know. I have so many questions about that, but
I do too.
like,
So he's begging for brother's help.
Plan or like, yeah.
Well, that's just sort of his reputation, right? He's just. I mean, I think that sets up why he has to go to such lengths in the next episode, that everybody expects him to be so far ahead.
Well, and he has the thing where he can't even share his ideas with people.
Yeah.
He has to bring it all for real and so close to the chest.
So, because the end of episode 6, was it, where he was throwing the rock on top of the like he was pondering.
Oh yeah.
So he was planning. He did know what he was going to do. Is that what you're indicating?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I'm really on the fence of whether he was planning something or if he just really didn't have a plan.
I have a feeling he sort of knew, but wasn't sure if he could sort of. I think he had the idea. I sort of interpreted it as he had the idea, but just sort of waiting for pieces to fall into place to see if it was going to be able to work, I guess.
Okay.
That, or it may have just been superstition. It may have just been he
True.
knew kind of what he wanted to do, and then he went, and if the rock landed here, then that's the fates telling me it's going to work. If it didn't, then I'm going to go this way. So it may have just been even just, I kind of know. I'm just going to let fate decide. Kind of like a coin toss kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think that he has like do you think he has plans for everything, like in case, well, I guess it'd be contingency plans would be what we call it. This works this way. Like, is he planning ahead, or does he make up a new plan as he goes? Do you think?
I think he has contingencies.
Yes.
I think it's a combination of both. I think Toranaga is a brilliant strategist who maps out different scenarios, but he's always ready to pivot on his heels when inevitably there arises a problem that he didn't plan for.
Well, I mean, I think the overarching strategy is what it is, right? I mean, make them believe this. Then he's just got to alter his plan as things, the thing that happens with his son. It's like, okay, tragic, but I can use this type, right? So, it's one of those. He has his plan, and then he just sort of alters it as it goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he really had a plan. Yeah. I think he genuinely didn't know what to do. But
I don't know. The minute he starts with the over-the-top fake cough in episode 8, I'm like, okay, there's a plan. There's a plan.
And in Japanese.
Yeah, that was a cool scene too at the end of that for 8.
Yeah, but we're not at 8 yet.
No,
I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are. So now they're looking to secure his brother's help, and they're going to use this courtesan to help convince his brother to be friendly and play nice.
His brother's such a weasel. Ugh.
Oh my god, yeah, he's gross.
There's Fuji.
Fuji-san. She just knows what's up.
She does. She's
I miss her.
This is Omi is Yabushika's son, right? Her nephew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so this is his favorite courtesan, the one that's being used now to placate Toranaga's brother or half brother. And I thought a bit on that. Actually, we'll get into later, but on their relationship, because the podcast for this show had some pretty good information in that. So, and so that was Fuji's father. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself for episode 8 though, so I don't want to get too far ahead. This one's called Stick of Time, which I didn't understand what that meant until almost the very end of the episode.
Yeah, me neither. I think you're like, oh, that's cool.
So you get the stick in time, right? Yeah, I thought it was. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was right there with you. It's like, what? And then, yeah, then she says the line. It's like, oh, and then I thought it was like some sort of like, I didn't think it was going to be what it was going to be, I guess.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was lucky. I know like Chinese dramas, and I'm a big weeb, so I knew. I was like, oh, something's happening.
First thing I thought of was South Park and the Stick of Truth. Hey, new kid, get your ass over here. Come on, I need you to do this for me. Shut up, new kid.
Almost the same thing. Yep. Is it right about Mariko and Engine? Yeah. They're...
Yeah, but we knew that. They've been like the thing for a while. Like, I can't stand her husband. He's getting on my last nerves. It's like, she doesn't like you, okay? There's nothing you can do that's gonna make her like you.
He doesn't get her at all either. It's just like completely just like, it's like, it's like, now you can do this. Oh, that's also episode 8, but it's just like, dude.
But he loves her.
I don't think
Come on.
I don't think it's that he doesn't get her. I think he's stuck in the past, and she's moved forward, and he wants things to be like they were.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I think that's probably more accurate. I agree with that.
I think he also thought that he could eventually, win her, and he is now finding out he can't, and there never was a chance he was going to. No matter what he did. Try harder, yeah. Try harder, bunny boy. There you go. Yeah, and he doesn't like that. That whole scene is pretty. It's kind of crushing, actually. We'll get there later, but this is still episode 7. So this is meeting with his brother, and the relationship is interesting because this is how you see Toranaga kind of eating shit for the first, maybe almost the first time. Well, he did take some stuff from Ishido, but nothing like this. The point where his brother's making fun of him, and it set the tone for us as the viewer to where they don't play with that kind of stuff normally. And so you're waiting for that reaction, and he's in a position where he can't do that when nothing actually comes of it at the time.
Oh yeah, if a commoner spoke like this to Toranaga, he would be ordered to commit seppuku or just have his head cut off on the spot.
Underground, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, he's such a ugh. I mean, look at his kimono. Like, it's so ugly. It's all shiny and gaudy and crap. Like,
yeah, his chin is kind of shrunk back. He's got that weasel physiognomy. He's got that.
Yeah, definitely.
He's just got that look about him.
So do we like? Because I keep flipping back and forth in my head, especially now that episode 8 is been aired. Do we think that Toranaga anticipated this, or was he completely caught off guard by this betrayal?
Gooch?
Come back to me. I got to think about this one.
Because I don't know. I sort of feel like it was anticipated, but I think that's just the respect I have for the character. Like, you sort of he expected every contingency.
Yeah.
But I almost sort of expect, like, I feel like the plan is that Toranaga wants Asaka to think that there's absolutely zero way he can do anything, and that this betrayal helps that outlook. So it was almost, I don't know. I don't know if that's what he was going for or not. I don't know how he overcomes that later.
I really felt like this like these 2 episodes, it's like he's in dealing with stuff that he didn't plan and he has no control over it. So
that could be possible too. Yeah.
I think it was like you mentioned. I think it was a SQUEEEEKA that mentioned like the flip of the coin. I think this was one of those situations where he was just like, I think he's just reading his brother, and I think when the brother starts telling the tales of when they were kids, I think that's when he made his decision right there and then to go in a certain direction. Because I haven't seen 8 yet, which is starting to drive me crazy now that I haven't seen it. But I mean, I think he had the backup plans. If it's heads, we're going this direction. If it's tails, we're going this direction. And just by the way he looked during this dinner, that he was like, no, I can't trust my brother. He like this is how things are gonna play out. That was the way I thought it was playing out for this scene. Anyway, I could be way off because I haven't even seen 8. So,
well,
I think that's pretty.
It's fair.
I think that's where I'm at.
SQUEEEEKA, what do you think?
Well, we see him reading people in 6 and 7. I mean, look at like the relationship issues. Like he's obviously reading people really intently, and he knows what's going on. And that's why I said I think it was more of a coin toss. Like I'm gonna, even then I feel like he was kind of decided. Like he's gonna keep going, but he's has several contingencies in place, and you can see like the way he interacts with people, the way he watches the room and scans people, even when they were meeting in the forest, you know, his hesitancy in replying to some of the things, or even how he responded with generic terms. Like I feel like he's reading so many people around him that that's what he's waiting for. Like he doesn't necessarily have a plan like I'm going to do this thing. It's more like I'm going to kind of see who's with me, and I'm going to see who's not, and the ones that aren't, I'm going to see what they're talking about or what's going on. And so I think it's more intricate than do I have a plan?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think. I think that what we find out as well is that people around him are expecting this from him or something like this, because he is known to be able to have plans upon plans. But episode 8, you'll see he takes it so far that even the people who are closest to him are like, dude, like, no, I believe you're actually going to drive off this cliff now, and I don't want to go with you off that cliff.
Yeah. And such extremes, because this is what he's known for, being crafty and all this. He has to go to the extreme to fool them into thinking he's giving up.
Yeah, we got the female perspective in the chat here from
so
Jana.
Would you say this is like the ultimate grift, the ultimate con job?
Yeah, but who's conning who?
Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, he's. It's hard since you haven't watched 8. What happened? I don't know. I think it's the ultimate con job. He's fooled everybody. By the end of episode 8, he's fooled everybody that knows him. Every single person thinks he's giving up,
and like
everybody, and then he has to tell them basically.
But at the same time, like, I feel like that plan wasn't like his plan. That plan hinged on his friend's plan, whatever that guy's name is.
Well, I think that's the point. I mean, the point
that
is
he would have to decide if they were even going to do that.
I think the point was his friend knew him enough that he knew exactly what he needed him to do, so he did it.
True.
Like, I think that was the whole point. Is that was the overarching plan. I need to prove to Osaka that I am giving up. So he does everything in his power to make it look like he's giving up, but he needs that extra little thing, and his number one bro knows that, and he's like, well, here we go. And he does it without him even asking. That's how well they know each other. I think that was, at least that's what I felt like the point of episode 8 was, because he's, by the end, he's destroyed.
Yeah. That scene was so hard to watch. Actually.
Yeah, it was.
Well, and there may be a part of him that wanted his brother to betray him, because think about this for a second. That's the easiest way for him to get into Osaka. If he were to just walk in, people would be up in arms like, oh, you're here. Why are you here? Like, it would have been a big deal. But if he goes in under the guise of
Well, that's sort of what I was getting
I
at.
didn't
Did
even
he
think of that.
anticipate?
Wow.
Did
Okay.
he anticipate this dinner? Did he anticipate his brother just being complete ass? And did he already? Hell, he may already knew he was put on the council. Was this the plan? I don't know.
I think he anticipated having to admit defeat. Like, I think he anticipated having to give in. Now, some of the intricacies of it, like the embarrassment at the dinner or how it was going to go, I think some of the finer details, no, he didn't anticipate, and that's where we see that kind of stoicism from him. But I don't believe that for 1 minute that he didn't know he was going to have to retreat and go in. Like, I think that was his plan all along, was that's the easiest way for me to get into Osaka, is under this guise of, oh, I failed.
I'm just glad we don't have the Death Note internal monologues. Ah, but you see, you fell into my trap. You fell into my triple trap. You fell into my quadruple trap. Just back and forth in a game of rock, paper, scissors. And it's bad. Bad.
Yeah.
So
I like
people-
that. Yeah, it really leaves you wondering, like, how much is he planning and how much is it just him doing whatever?
If any of you think he never saw his brother, yes, I got a brush to tell you. So you're right, Dildo. I think he did see that as a possibility, but I think he probably saw it as a possibility, not as a guarantee. But I think no matter what, he's got all these branching plans that, regardless of what happens, he's going to have a direction to move in. And I think this was the harder one to go with. But yeah, I don't think his brother was going to ever give him an army. Like, that is a lot if you think about it, and in return for not much. But I don't know. I wonder if he knew his brother was offered the regency position or not. Like,
I liked it. My headcanon, he knew everything. He just had to do adjustments as things were going on. That's just how I like to think about it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. But I don't know that it matters. I think he knew the betrayal was coming.
Mike, there we go. That's it. It's about that time I realized I wasn't going to see myself in this series. I had to mostly recover from that. Yeah, Jana, I get it. So this is from the podcast, and she talks about the brothers and the planning. This is the writer of one of the writers of the show, talking about how they put this together with the brothers and their relationship is what they believed that they would have had. Look up from that.
There's a certain hot spring that is known for certain types of water.
So Saeki, as Toranaga's half-brother, is a lord in his own right, but it's also kind of clear that he sees himself as lower than Toranaga in some ways. And so I was kind of wondering about that relationship of half-sibling and how it worked, especially among the nobles and the samurai class, and how it affected, your lineage and inheritance and all that kind of stuff. Was a half-sibling seen as lower? And yeah, just what would their relationship have been like growing up?
The big thing is, who is your mother, right? Is it the first consort, second consort, or, somebody much lower? I think that played a big part. And also the first son, second son, the earlier you are, most likely you're considered higher in rank.
Yeah, I was like, when I was watching it, I was kind of thinking, okay, he's a lord, but like, if Toranaga's like the big like mover and shaker of the family, how much of an army does he actually have?
Well, yeah, he wouldn't have had the Toranaga army, but he had an army that had done nothing, so they weren't at risk of,
Yeah.
So I think they were guarding a castle, weren't they? Some prefecture. I think they were guarding a prefecture, and so they weren't actually actively doing anything. So at least they'd be there. But yeah, I don't know how he could have expected that to work out for him that way. I think he would have taken the army if he was given it, but yeah, I guess he probably would have had to have expected this was going to happen. Consider all possibilities. Yeah, Dildo. Yeah, for sure. And because he's so special with this, he's able to, no matter what, adjust or push things so much further to the point where even people who know he's doing this can't believe he's doing it. Hey, Gadfly, what's up?
Gadfly, hi Gadfly.
Didn't plan the events. He thought the possibility of things. I think that might be it for the brothers talk here.
I don't know if Saiki and Toranaga had much relationship. They're quite far apart in age, and given that Toranaga was sort of pawned off as hostage from young age. But I'm sure Saiki grew up hearing all this, this great story of this child, war prodigy, Toranaga, and must have developed this great sense of insecurity and complex. So, yeah, this is his moment.
So,
yeah, how do you even compete with him as your brother? Like, why even try?
And even as his son, which we see, how can you possibly satisfy this man who is so much better than everyone else? And he clearly often doesn't really appreciate anything that you do. Like, how does anyone measure up to him? And
yeah,
it's not like he even acts like you do. He doesn't give you he's not cushioning the blow for you. He's like, yeah, you guys all suck. Everyone but me sucks, basically. And he's not wrong either. But this was a smart setup by Ichido to have him already accept the offer to come in and be the regent. Like, that's works on that end. But you start to even see in this episode too how that also is falling apart. They talk a little bit about Ishido's history where he's not noble of blood. Hey, Cajun, what's up? Oh, have a good night, dude. Sorry, didn't even see you there. Have a good one.
Ciao.
Good night.
So this is where he talks about the quick beheading, which is next what happened. Shido didn't do this. Yeah, Lady Chibu. Yeah, but didn't he actually put it in place though? She just tells people what to do, right?
Yeah.
There's his son with the horrible mustache.
I know, it's so bad. It's like shaving.
It's just the worst. Does not help at all.
Fucking
but he's trying to
nerd.
make his father proud, and he can't.
These tries.
Or if he is proud of him, he just doesn't show it. But I doubt he's feeling anything but annoyance at him after the Josen little debacle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but even though that's what he wanted him to do, like, he was happy that happened. Like, all of this stuff, his son, and he's like, that was worked out for the best. Like, it bought me more time. He doesn't care about really, sacrificing his pawns if he has to, no matter who it is. It seems like, if it means he can win in the end.
But what's winning gonna mean if you have nobody and you can never trust anyone? I feel like that's the big lesson that he's gonna learn. It's like, how do you even?
Well, and you're right, and it goes back even before this all happened, because he's working with Mariko's father to then get rid of the Kuroda at the time, who was he wasn't Taika, he was Taika at the time. And so that he was back then, he was already doing this kind of stuff, moving things forward. He was always the guy. So he's constantly doing this. I don't know if he ever has a resting state.
Yeah, I know.
And we are going to find out the offer.
God, I hate his like Komodo. It's so bad. Ugh.
Yeah. And there she's got the stink face. That's Bush's favorite look on her. Just disdain for everyone all the time.
Ugh, people. Gross.
Yeah. So we know what his brother did here. Part of that is probably petty, that he worked against Toranaga because he's grown up with this brother who's a big star, and this was a chance to sort of step out of that spotlight and step over him. But man, if I was him, I'd stick with Big Brother. Because
yeah, the Council of Guardians probably offered him quite a hefty bribe as well. I can't imagine what they offered him. Like 5 consorts, a huge plot of land. They probably offered him all of Toranaga's fief and then some.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right. this is where he gives the news, and he's very quick to. Well, first of all, he stops his son from accepting the order, which I thought was interesting to see. Like, he wouldn't even take it in his hand, the order for him to go and commit seppuku. He stops his son from doing that. He says, "No, don't touch that order." Because I guess at that point there's some kind of honor code where if you touch it, it counts. I don't know.
I guess.
I mean,
well, because as his son, he can accept it. So once a family member, like he's then committing the whole family to it. This was a whole family endeavor. So it was. I can accept this on behalf of my father. Like he basically, Dad was Toranaga was telling his son, "Hey, you're not getting this here." It's like you would, like when you're growing up and your dad's like, "Well, you don't know this, son, but here's how this works." So
Right.
it was one of those where it was just a faux pas where he's like, "I didn't understand this."
Right.
But yeah, it would have committed the whole family.
Right. Okay. Thanks. So he stops his son from taking it, and then he agrees to go by sunset the next day. He will go and turn himself in. I think is what it was, or submit himself.
Yeah, it was the next day.
Team at seppuku. So that's where he refuses. He's going to take it. Kid doesn't know what to do, and he's like, "No, stop."
Doofy.
He just looks so.
They cast Doofy so well.
Yeah. I still wanted him to just somehow like have a turnaround and just be not such a dumbass, but it just didn't happen. It was not in the cards.
Wanted to get to the council's request, yeah. So like for accuracy's sake, these are not the same people, but in real life, Tokugawa, who was Toranaga, he had 4 sons. This was his 4th son that this represents. In the show, the other ones don't exist, but in real life, he had 3 others. And he actually was super hot-headed, quick to anger, and he went off on people all the time. But he was also competent, and he wasn't like a goof like this. So part of this is the actual person, but the rest of it isn't. And he doesn't die like he does in this either. He actually is successful in battle, and then he dies much later. So this is a different take on that person entirely.
Yeah, if you're looking to learn something about Japanese history from this series, no, you're not gonna, especially when it comes to like Catholic missionaries. At that time, you're not gonna learn a whole lot.
No.
Good show. You're right. It's not very historically accurate.
No. But I do like that they tried that at least it shadows some actual people in it. I think, people like me who wouldn't read it otherwise are going to look into the stuff and see, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just got the book last weekend. I'm excited.
Did
I want
you?
to read it. Yeah, I was like, I just randomly opened it up, and the page it was on, I started reading it, was like when they leave, when they're all leaving on the boat, and Ryutaro like stays on the dock and stuff.
Oh yeah. So what did you guys think of this? Like they're framing the scene. Actually, there's a lot of that where people are kind of almost like in parade positions when he walks past them. I don't know if that's done on purpose. That's like a actual thing that they did, but the inside buildings and outside, they do have that where he's almost always surrounded by people in a lane.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's a real thing, or is that just a
I
coincidence?
almost feel like it's like a
Possibly.
mise en scene for like the shot, which is like the setup of it, where he's with the other people, but he's not with the group. So he's being framed by people, and he's not close to people. He's like he's a man that's an island. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's like a way to communicate something that's.
He turns there and is like, "Why is my son such an idiot?"
We got the sofa.
It's like, God, can I disown you? You're so stupid. Like that's all I could think of when he took that look. It's like,
Why can't you be more like that rock over there, son? That rock over there has more intelligence.
Just the look on his face. He's looking at him after he's like, let's dip, whatever he says, like, the fight, whatever he says, glorious battle type line. He just turns around and looks at him like, oh God, I can't believe you. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted you came from me. Go away. It's like, oh.
Why is it people who have never been in battle who are always so eager to enter one?
What I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's your you sweet summer child syndrome moment, which is really funny because I think people like make fun of that line, but it's like this idea that's like about book 2 and 3 of like Game of Thrones, where they're like, okay, you sweet summer children that have no idea of what like real hardship is, and it's the same kind of situation where there's a bunch of young men that just want to fight, and you know.
That's the face right there, you idiot.
Yeah.
You idiot. Just shut up. I'm planning over here. Can you go away? Can you just be
like
quiet?
when you guys go back to the kids' table, you make like a tree and leave.
Bless his heart. Yeah.
True, Bosch. True, 100%. Every time he looks at his son, he's just disappointed. It's just disappointment.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. You how? It's like, how are you me? Ugh.
That's the look of I'm
Rock
about to
boy.
outlive this fool.
He's now Rock Boy. That's what I call him now, Rock Boy.
What a way to go!
What a way to go! Especially with all this, everything he talks about, Rock Boy.
And then we learn about the stick. That's cool.
Yeah. So this is the brothel or tea house owner, and yeah, she asks for his time, and he allows her to build like a quarter community, almost. I would say it is in
a district.
The payoff in 8 is priceless, by the way.
Oh yeah,
it's basically
that's so
a red light
It's
district.
so good.
Yeah, I chuckled at it myself because of how they portrayed the missionaries thus far, but I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate to how the attitude that Japan had towards Catholics at that time. But it's it led to a lot of death. Let's just say.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, but it was a good payoff. Your land is so vast. Who are they over there? Oh, those are the whores. What?
And this is the falcon that brought us the pheasant, right?
Yeah.
It almost
Oh,
killed
yeah, that horrible pheasant. Wow.
Yes, the horrible pheasant.
Oh my God, Steve, it's by you.
Oh no! Oh no! Is she gonna turn into a werefalcon? Let's do that too. Why not? Let's do it.
I did like.
Oh,
when
it wasn't that
as
big
it
of a
goes-
spoiler, bot. Come on,
Yeah.
it was just a tiny one.
This is the madam. Is that what her title is, madam?
The bird's name is Madam. No, I'm kidding.
I fully expected he was going to go along with her plan because he's very pragmatic. And
I feel like a lot of like fantasy writers must have like watched or read this book or watched the series because it was in the 80s too. I'm just kind of feeling that.
I mean, it's I haven't watched the 80s version. Has anyone here watched that?
A long time
I
ago.
haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm going on another watch party where we're gonna watch it.
I wonder if it's cringe.
I kind of like
Possibly.
the 80 hairstyles. That's great.
I did watch it, but I was a kid. I don't remember anything about it.
No,
except for Richard
Blackthorn looks
Chamblin's
kind of
beard.
low T.
He likes the dudes, so that'll
Dude.
happen.
Straight out of Black Sails. He should have been in Black Sails. He's got that voice, man.
I like Black Sails.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
He looks and sounds a little bit like Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
You think?
Ah, you know what? I could see that a bit. Tom Hardy, too, people have said.
No.
I don't know. He's got a gravel in there. It's good. It's good.
What's up, Dempsey? Shogun is better story. Just needs a serious set design and costume. Yeah, the costumes in the set and the look of this is like, I don't know how you could match it.
Isn't that the story of sort of movies right now, though? Story is better back in. Everything looks better, but the stories have been lost. I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about Hulu and FX productions that look a little fake, if you ask me. Like they have this weird.
I don't know. I sort of go the other way. I feel it just compared to like Amazon and.
Here it looks better, but sometimes it has like this really weird dark filter over it that makes everything look a little fake.
So like pretty much everything that was produced since like 2018.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the way this looks. to me. I think it looks good, and it doesn't bother me that the sets are because of the way they do the lighting. Maybe it doesn't make it as obvious that those those stone walls are not actually stone. Whereas, like, if you're looking at Wheel of Time, it's bright sunlight in the desert, and that's obviously styrofoam.
It's the same styrofoam.
Hey, like, you can deal with the styrofoam because you could totally watch like old school Star Trek and be like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, you don't care that it's like styrofoam because you're like, I'm watching the story.
But they didn't have $100 million budget. Come on, what are we doing? No, I mean, like,
Star Trek was back in the day. I mean,
yeah. Well, I just appreciate like whether like it's presented how you like. You could tell costume design and design of the weapons and the tents and the surroundings. The work went into it, and there was some care put into it, or other than the 3D printed armor and just the oversaturation lens on everything on other networks. I think HBO still does it the best, but
I think they could learn a lot from this for a low level production financially to just dirty it up a bit. Because everything Wheel of Time is so fucking clean, and same thing Rings of Power too. And it's like plastic 3D printed armor, and it's obviously that.
Yeah, it is. That's much better.
Yeah. Well, visually too, when there's not as much detail for your eyes to take in, you're gonna process more auditory input. So they're purposely dimming down the set and the people and the backgrounds and all of this because they want you to listen to what they're saying. They want it to matter and they want it to carry weight.
That's a good point, which we totally see in episode 8 when like Buntaro decides to make her tea and you're like,
careful, Gooch didn't watch that one.
I just said they have tea. I mean, it's Japan. That happens like 10 times a day.
Tea is
Ulrich, you're in the planet of rising sun. We very much love our tea.
Flaccid Phoenix. Wow.
What
you doing, dude? Get in the show. Tell us why you don't like these with other minorities in them or something like that.
Flaccid is here. It's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, good night. Yeah. Dylan's happy to see you. He's always happy to see you. Yeah, a perfect example. Yeah. It's true. It is about passion, and it does seem like a passion project if you think about it, actually.
I love how like this woman in this scene is like, she's just kind of telling him also like, yeah, give us this whorehouse district for like the future, but also you don't like have to just give up. And
yeah, she's like, it's okay, you could still be
it's
well, she's going all in with this guy, so so what did you think he was going to do here? Anyone? Let's go, Steve. Do you think he was going to work with her or not?
I didn't think there was anything for him to lose at this point, right? And I think she was pretty convincing, in her point of view too. I think it was sort of almost. I mean, I don't know. Again, just me interpreting stuff wrong or right or whatever, but sort of her offering to be like, I can, still be of use of you. Give me this. You can use me, and I can get you info this way and this, that, and the other. So. I wasn't sure from the get what it was going to be about, but by the end, I was sort of pretty much figured he was going to go with why not. She seemed extremely surprised, but
so SQUEEEEKA, they do a good job here of showing that he understands the actual power these women do control, and it is quite a bit, even though it's not obvious. He gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So were you surprised he'd work with her?
No, not at all. With the planning and the thought that he's put into so many steps along the way, no, not at all. He knows that even without her saying it, he knows what kind of ally she can be. He's obviously used their services for his own gains already. So he knows what power lies in her, offering. So I think too, what cements it for him though is when she talks about how they're more similar than you think, and where her stick has run out and she's still talking, like I think he realizes what he didn't know then was he thought it was just a business offer. But I think he realizes there's more depth to her and more knowledge at that moment, and that's what cements the deal for him.
Yeah, even like she even mentions that she notices that he allowed weak points when there was like strategy wise, it just didn't make sense to her. She could see that, but no one else noticed it. So I think, and I agree with SQUEEEEKA, I think he was anticipating her to approach him just based on that him using her and her tea house and their offerings, because everything he does is strategic.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I don't think he realized the depth of which she was observant, and I think that's what really made him agree to it. I think he was on the fence before, like, yeah, this is a good idea, and it's going to depend on what she says and how she comes across.
I don't know about that. I think because like to get to that position, it takes a lot to get to the position she's at. So for her to run a house and to know everyone's likes and mannerisms and everything that is needed to be in that position to teach the younger geishas or women, I think maybe he didn't expect that much coming from her, but I think he was anticipating her to have some like knowledge and intelligence. Like I think some street smarts to go with it. I think I wouldn't sell her short.
No, I'm not selling her short. I agree.
No.
I'm saying that he.
Yeah. I know.
I think he was like testing the waters, like to see how much she had. Like he knew that she had this position.
Yeah.
But then when she came out with all that, he was like, wow, this is above and beyond what I expected. And I really need this ally. And that's when I think that it's
okay, yeah. I agree with you there. Yeah.
Bless you.
I'm sorry. I tried to like mute that, but it came on too fast. It was a tsunami.
That's bonus. That's for members only. They get to sneeze.
Yeah.
It's ambient. It's ambient. Adds character.
But I'm with you, SQUEEEKA. I agree with you there.
Flaccid Phoenix, member for 10 months. Is there any tentacle action in this show?
Just go watch Rebel Moon. That's the tentacle action.
Oh, that's yeah.
It's really horrible. Like, Alex is like trying to get me to watch it twice, and I'm like, no, we are not doing this. Oh shit!
I think at this time in Japan, they actually would put octopuses on their sensitive areas to stimulate them, and that's where hentai comes from. I think they actually did that at this time.
No, come on.
Dude, it's a member train.
Did they really do that?
I hope not.
Holy shit!
I'm not too sure.
I thought this was when, like, before Japan got weird.
Japan's always got weird.
That's an island, you know.
That's an island.
Gooch, new member. Thank you very much. Come remember, we got lots going on here. We have a super chat from Richards. Yeah, thank you. I can't emphasize enough how much I love having What's Good available every week. Consistently excellent. Thanks, man. Let's get Circle of Jerks on a reasonable schedule. Yes, so I can watch that. And
we try to catch it on, but we usually like catch the beginning and then we're like, okay, we're too late. We're old people already.
And that's kind of like my fault. So we should look at, we've talked about that a few times, going earlier, Circle of Jerks. But it's it's a bit of a challenge for me to get started too early because then I get divorced. And
life, man. Life.
We don't want that.
That's expensive too. So but yeah. But Ted, we can look at that. I would like to do it earlier. We get more people on for sure earlier. And it's just a timing thing. But thank you very much, William Richards. There is going to be what do you think I should give him, Lady B?
Oh shoot, I have no idea.
Herpes.
Herpes?
He's already got them. It's too late.
The
Give him a
Bane
stick
song.
of time.
I'm gonna give him this.
Stick of time.
If I can change. Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился сегодня. And you can change. Вы можете измениться. Everybody can change. Каждый может измениться.
Unless you work on Tulsa King, where you.
And if I could change the time earlier, sort of jerks,
Mariko.
it would help. There you go. It's all tied together. Thank you, William. And SQUEEEEEKA 10. First, Coyote Ugly shows Dempsey. Thanks for that. And speaking of that, hold on. Ready?
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'ma head out west where real women call me grip, grits and fake breasts. Find a nest in the hills, chill like Flint, buy an old drop top, find a spot to pimp.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how are you gonna clean up the
Karaoke
bar?
Ugly.
It gets messy.
Clean up the bar. What? Who cares?
Such a beautiful show.
Isn't it? Yes. We got Don's for his chat. We'll get him his tune. So plug your ears for a bit. It's gonna get loud.
Beta male, beta, not an alpha male. Beta male, yes. Beta male, beta. You a beta male? Beta male, not an alpha male. Beta. What a shame. Mommy's boy.
Mommy's boy.
Yeah, get off your mommy's tit, you little bitch.
SQUEEEEKA, Speaker, you're getting your song. Thank you, Speaker, for 10. That's the super generous.
Enough. I am Gandalf, and Gandalf means me. Gandalf, not the wandering wizard. The same.
The same.
The same.
And
I think that's an actual line from the book.
It is actually a quote from the book, and I think that's when I stopped reading it. I'm like, this can't be real. I put it down and I had to read the Silmarillion. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad. The
little
Hobbit's
extra
more of
here.
like a fairy tale.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
That's such a great movie.
You would do well in Japan, I
I've
think.
watched that
I
recently.
love hearing women cry.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's so good. I really love it, and I love the second movie with Grace Jones. Like, she is so hot in that. Like, I don't know why we can't have warrior women like her. Like, she's cool. I like her.
Boosh, I deny that I am into hentai. I just know that because there was a similar scene in Blue Eye Samurai, which is also a historical. Like, there's some degenerate stuff in Blue Eye Samurai.
Yeah, there is. It's a good show though.
You know what? There's also some really degenerate stuff in Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. Well, you fit it in now. It's a permanent fixture now, Gooch. You cannot escape it anymore. Grace Jones is hot and a great character. Okay. If you conquer them, why would you listen to lamentations of their women's? Well,
because it's fun.
Why are you letting their women's lament? Get them to work.
Maybe it's good laments, like you know what I mean? Like maybe they're excited laments. I won't do it accurately.
Maybe it's the Dune soundtrack.
But you know, the
I
good
like the Dune soundtrack, like the new movie. Like, it's cool. But,
I like the music in this show too. Actually, I think they do a great job with it. I think it's
and
I
Sentient
love
Dildo to answer that question because you're a sexist pig.
Oh, you would thank you for that, or it. Tanya Roberts, Beastmaster. Okay, yeah, for sure.
That's a good call.
So this is Haruki Sanada talking about writing out the structure of the father-son thing.
Star and producer Hiroyuki Sanada.
Of course, Toranaga loves Nagakado. That's why he's trying to be hard to Nagakado as an education. So
when he says try to be hard to him, I think he means hard on. Yeah, not hard for
that's
him.
It's an unusual sentence structure.
I think
I'm
I'm
not
to
sure
say
of the
hard on him. It's like idiomatic.
I'm not sure of the connotations considering how Japan treated boys at this time.
Hard to him. I think he kept daily beatings.
hard.
He needed them.
Keep them hard.
Oh, the young boys are always eager for everything, right? So maybe Toranaga tried to teach him patience. Toranaga see the possibility in his son, but not enough yet. Not enough yet.
It feels like Nagakado as his son is sort of this one hope of a successor or an heir or somebody to see through his vision for Japan in case he's not able to see it through himself.
Yeah.
Really though?
It's
Like
very
I would
important
argue
for
no.
Toranaga.
What's that?
I would really argue no. It's like I felt like Toranaga's relationship with his son really shows what a unique case Toranaga is, because they really make a I feel like he's the only male character where we really go in depth with his backstory, where they're telling us how he was a hostage and how he had to like navigate these like political maneuvers, and he's been doing like he's just been finding himself in bad situations, like the flashback that we see where he has to like be quick thinking and on his feet, and he kind of learns. They say how many times he keeps other people away from him, like you can't trust anybody. And I feel like his son probably would have been better off if there was some more of a relationship and there was some more trust. And I think that's going to be his big character issue at the end, is that maybe he'll be triumphant with what he does, but his inability to trust people or let anyone close is going to be personally unfulfilling for him. And I know some people in the chat were saying like, okay, that's what they're supposed to do as a leader and stuff like that. But there's always that like sort of like, you always have your own personal desires. And I think that's going to be the kind of his big thing that he has to decide. But yeah. I don't know that his son could have ever been his heir, just because he never I don't even think he trusted his own son, maybe is what I'm trying to say.
He definitely didn't trust his own son for sure. Like at no point did he trust his son to do anything good.
Yeah, exactly. So he never gave him any chance to actually do something good, because the assumption was always there that he was going to fail.
If anything, he anticipates his son's failure and uses that.
Exactly.
Multiple times, actually.
Yeah, which is kind of like, how did they get to that situation? And it's like, I feel like that's sort of his flaw, is his inability to sort of.
It's kind of fucked up to think about, but Toranaga's plan kind of relied on his son dying, basically. Like,
it helped a lot. I mean, it helped a ton. He basically says it, it's like you made it possible. So, but yeah.
Yep. There's a lot you can do in 40 days on such a tiny little island.
Yeah, was it 49 days? Yeah, it was a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's what I think noticed about Toranaga too. So I'll go back to the actual show here, but it's that in this he's pragmatic in that everyone has their use for him, and he values things relatively equally. Like even if it's his son, but he has to use him for this, and that's okay because it's going to pay off in this sense. But like the week before, I think it was last week with the spy, when he the spy has to be found, and the actual spy is willing to turn himself in and commit seppuku and end that part for him. He's like, no, like I still need you. Like you are important. So we got to find someone else who's going to be a spy, because we have to find a spy, but not you. And so like he could have, in a lot of cases, you would just expend that guy. You got what you needed in terms of the spy, and you could have let him kill himself, and then you're free of that. Easier to do than to find another spy or someone else to label as a spy and have them believe it. So like he really values everyone. He tries to get like not to also, he won't let he doesn't let them commit seppuku unless it's going to benefit him in some way, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
So this is she's still pushing it.
And I was right. Yeah. And I was right. Hentai does go back a long time in Japan. Like this is just from the Wikipedia article. The Dreams of the Fisherman's Wife is a design by Hokusai of 1814 depicting a woman having sex with two octopuses. Ugh.
Ew.
Yeah, so apparently that's been around for a long time.
We thought the internet was weird. Well, they're way ahead of us.
Are they?
Well, I mean, it's a sex with.
And I feel like I need to go to. I feel like I need to go to confession just for researching that.
He's got his brothers, his bros. Soldiers are trying to go use the hot springs, and then Yabushiga jumps in and says, "No, last one in is a rotten egg or whatever." And they pile into the hot springs. I don't know what the significance of this is, though, except for the fact that they're showing that they're giving up. They're not looking to fight. I guess that shows.
Yeah. He says, "Yeah, there's not enough room for everybody, but I'm sure there's quite a few of them. I'm sure there's quite a few of them that could fit in that pool together. But Toranaga, or I mean, what?
Yabushige.
Yabushige, thank you. Yep, I doubt Yabushiga wants to share. That would be a little gay.
Yeah, you can't go in there with some fucking weird dudes with a shiny white kimono, like dick might touch or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a gay move, isn't it, Boosh?
He'd have to shout out "no homo" before getting into pool with them.
And there's a talk later on about these two too, and how these two guys are actually very similar in character, and that they reflect each other throughout the series. We're more tied to Blackthorn, but they're supposed to be sort of a pair almost on separate sides. It's some of the intention from the writers, they've said. Although I didn't really get that until this episode, I think. But they're both willing to do whatever it takes. Forget honor.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny. The sword.
Yeah. He looks so awkward. It's like,
it's like, come at me, bro. And like Blackthorn's like, lol, what?
He's like, do I hold it like this? Because Blackthorn is probably used to holding a cutlass, like the kind of that'd be interesting. I'd like to see these two go toe to toe with Blackthorn holding a cutlass and him just holding his katana like that. That'd be interesting because that's. I mean, I wonder how much formal swordplay training Blackthorn even has, or if he just learned by the fact that he was a sailor for all those years.
Hello, Teresa. I like this scene a lot.
He reminds me of like when you see some gangbanger coming at you with like some Saturday Night Special, like crappy Glock or some high point or something, and they're like got the gun all pointed sideways.
That is kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dumbass. You want to shoot me? You're just gonna wind up shooting yourself with that thing. Put it down. Put that thing down, please. Let me show you how to shoot it. No, why don't I point the gun at myself? Why don't I grab that gun and rob you? Because that would be more effective than the way you're holding it.
Yeah, I know, right?
He just couldn't have been disarmed easier than that. Like that's just. But I love that they showed us everything we had to know about him with the swords in that one moment of the pointing with like he's gonna fence with them with this.
Yeah. Just bats out his hand like it's not even. It's like. Well, here goes that.
It's not like he's seen other people using these swords, so he understands how he's seen people use them. He still is like,
just wanted to pull out his pistol and be like, "Bitch."
Yep, that's right. This was a great scene, though. Yeah, Boosh, I agree. Spring and pray.
What are you doing, George? Come on, sit there. Like...
What do you think, Gooch?
Blackthorn's such a pussy. I don't.
Oh yeah.
He's your typical, I guess.
I feel like he's not a pussy. I just feel like he doesn't really understand what's going on. Like I feel like Yabushige is coming at him because he's like, this is like the boiler, like the pressure cooker situation for all these people, and everyone's getting really frustrated. So he just comes at like Blackthorn, and he just wants to fight or something. And Blackthorn is like, okay, look it, like I know that I don't understand what's going on, and I'm gonna do something bad, and I don't want to like draw my sword at the Lord guy. It's gonna be bad. So, oh my God, Wakazashi!
Blackthorn.
Hey,
Blackthorn isn't a pussy. I mean, he he piloted that ship all the way from England to Japan. He's just out of his depth because their cultures are just completely warped from each other.
Well, no, I think he likes to attack from a distance. He's anything up front. Like he's not, to me, he's not a man. Like he wants to not see death up close. He just rather kill everyone with a cannon and then just move on. That's the way I look at him. Like and the samurai they attack face to face, and he can't handle it. He'd rather have guns and cannons. He doesn't want to actually engage in an actual fight.
I think there's more than that, but I always read into these things. I think it's also to show him, like, you may think you're part of us and you may have your translator and you may be making head waves, but you know nothing. Like, this was not just a sword smackdown. This was a smackdown. Like, you are wearing this, you're play acting. You've got a lot more you need to watch and pay attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ignorant rube.
The ignorant barbarian will never be.
That's why I just think he's kind of a pussy.
Cookie, gotta go?
I have to get. Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, thank you so much for
Thanks for
having
having me. I'm sorry I can't stay longer, but I mean, I love talking about this, and I did watch episode 8.
Well, I'll love to have you back next week if you want.
And
You're free.
it was amazing. But yeah, if y'all are still doing it,
we're still doing it. We're gonna stick with the show.
Only if you have Gooch on.
I got a Gooch on. Yeah.
I mean, if he wants. But thanks for having me. I wish I could stay later, but I've got to go. Y'all have a good rest of the stream. I'll listen.
See ya, Squeeka.
Bye.
Good night, Squeeka. Thank you.
Thanks.
Night.
I think that this is really, I think that's right what she's saying too, and that this is reinforces for us, the audience, that not only does he not fit, he never will. Like he will never fit there, no matter what. And that stacks with the next episode too, where he sort of finds out he doesn't really fit going back home either now. He's kind of between two worlds now at this point. So Grace says, I want Zax to grow a samurai beard too.
Yeah, ironically, the Catholic missionaries were a lot more accommodating and understanding of Japanese culture than Blackthorn is shown to be in the show, like in reality.
Okay, really?
Yeah. Like St. Francis Xavier, the first missionary to Japan, he spent a long time among the native people, and he kind of assimilated some of the Japanese traditions into his preaching, and he made a lot of headway up until Tokugawa expelled all Catholic missionaries from Japan.
Yeah,
and executed anyone who remained Catholic under pain of death.
Yeah, well, you can see why that would have happened. We're getting that from the show, even just why he would have made that decision. Because of how it works against him here. Gray, this is for you. You'll like this one.
Hey, Captain. America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way.
Captain America.
That's what the government does with your tax money.
There we go. Yeah, there it is, Gray. And thank you, Miss Smart Muses. I'll play a much nicer clip for you. Oh, nicer. Almost played Slurp. I'm not gonna play Slurp for sure. Yeah. How about?
Can I try one of these?
Courtney, I would love to see my meat in your mouth. So I've got a burger ready to go for you.
First time I've heard that.
Thank you both very much. Okay, back to work. The thing is too is that he really, like, for me, he's seen people use these swords. He should know how to use them, but he showed us how inept he is. And I wonder if much of this, because the 80s version, was he better with the sword? Like, was he competent? Do you guys know?
I wish I could.
I have no
give you
idea.
an answer. I think he was like good with like the cutlass or rapier. Like I think he was good with that. But other than that, I can't really remember that much. But for some reason, I remember in the 80s version.
Not in the 80s version. I haven't seen that one, but in this show, he's never shown using a sword.
Yeah, we're like in the 80s version. I think he for whatever reason, I remember him with like a sword in his hand doing something, but I could be just blowing smoke out of my ass.
Catholic missionaries had spent a ton of time trying to be civilized in the Middle East and Northern Africa. They got to Japan and were thrilled to deal with some non-cannibals. Yeah.
Oh yeah, even in America, I can imagine. Oh good, they're not trying to eat me. They're not trying to eat me. Oh, what the fuck? That guy just killed himself and he cut his head off. Jeez. Okay, I think we're having a harder time with this than I thought.
Jake Goodwin does say like he's competent with swordsmen.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm wondering if this is more of they don't want to get stung with the white savior trope thing by making him incompetent with the swords.
Yeah,
I'm serious though. Like that could be what it was. It could be that simple. Political.
Yeah, that could be true.
Hey, tell us about this show.
Under Disney.
There's gonna be Gaijin magic. Boosh, you have a link. You want to come jump in? Check your DMs, dude. And Gray, you're always welcome. Gray was the first person I think got me excited about this show because he in Japan it was actually getting decent press, which is a nice change, I guess. Come on in, Boosh. There he is. Boop. Boosh, what's up?
Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right. How are you guys? Anyway, I think Dildo nailed it with the whole Toranaga plans within plans thing. I don't think he knew exactly what was going to happen, but he had contingencies to deal with whatever situation did occur.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely the smartest person in the room here. Seems like. Oh, Chamberlain. So he was perfection. Well, thanks. Yes, he did have a much better beard. The beard was superior. His beard game was on point.
And his feathered hair from the 80s, which is totally in place in
1600. 80s.
Oh,
Like the Chuck Norris hair.
Yeah, you could
Jeff
totally. Yeah, you could totally find that cut at your local barber back in 16th century London, mate.
Gray, what do they watch over there then if they're not watching stuff like this? What else do you people want? It's in Japanese. There's subtitles. You don't even have to read it. Like it's easier for you than for me. So
what do you mean, you people?
Busy watching hentai.
I mean, Asian people.
They don't even have to read the subtitles. It's like they speak Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they have
this
to
is
read
a bonus
it
for them.
English.
What's up, Anime Night? Thanks for coming by. So
hang on, Don saying I'm not coming in, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Mate, look ahead now, Will. Look ahead
That's
now, Will. Why don't
Hostmann.
you come up here? I'll fight you.
Okay. Is that how it sounds?
I am knocking in, mate. And can I get some scones and some bubbles and squeak, eh?
I don't know what that is.
Bubbles and squeak is just mashed potatoes and sausage. Or no, that's not what it is.
That sounds a bit questionable to me.
It's British food.
Racist is what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's right. That's fine though. We're comfortable with that here. Yeah, so he is kind of. Is he the weak link? What do you guys think about him so far? Cosmo Jarvis.
I don't think he's really bad, but I think with around so many good actors, like he doesn't look as good.
Yeah, I could see that. You okay with him, Gooch?
The Cosmo Jarvis?
The white guy.
I think he's doing a good role, playing a good role. I don't mind him. I mean, it all depends on how they're directing him, and like to me, it seems like he's doing a good job. Mariko is definitely doing a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's doing a good job on him.
She's from New Zealand, I think, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That adds to her. She's even more exotic than she was.
Yeah, I think. And what's the character, or not the character? What's the Tom Hardy guy's name?
In real life, what's his name?
Yeah, the actor.
Oh, Cosmo Jarvis.
Yeah.
I was very on the fence about him for, was it the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes? Whenever he draws the map is when he started really not being hammy, overly, chewing the scenery, or just bland as dishwater. He kind of came into the role, but it took a bit. And that's, I would agree with Dildo that, yeah, he is kind of the weakest link there because of that overall, of what I've seen. But he has really come into the role. And since he got the, was a Hamamoto role for, hey, I'm a ship captain. He's, whatever it is. I don't care. I don't speak Japanese. Sorry. My Chinese isn't that good either. Yeah, he's kind of picked up
Chinese or Japanese.
So then take off that fucking hat.
What?
Oh no! He found me out. Oh no! I need you to get the invasion plan.
Hey, stupid Mongolians breaking up my shitty walk. Yeah, I think he was weak for a while there, and he started getting into the role. But I couldn't stand it when they're trying to escape Osaka with Toranaga, where they replaced the wife with Toranaga, and he's just, it's like, God, just stop, just fucking stop. It's so bad. Like, he's way over the top. It's not even acting. It's like they found someone off the street and said, hey, just go ahead and start yelling at these Japanese people.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of that. He was trying to cause a scene.
But it reminded me of Chris Pratt as Star-Lord when Thor shows up on the ship. He's like, you will not be taking our part, sir. It was just way too much.
Well, see, I saw that as being like, I could see that, but I thought it wasn't Cosmo Jarvis doing a bad job of having a scene. It was Blackthorn not knowing how to appropriately cause this scene, and he was very hammy about it because he's not an actor. He's just a dude who's a pilot. And so I thought that at first, like, okay, this is maybe part of the role is to, like, Blackthorn is not an actor, so he's not going to do a good job of drawing people's attention. He just hams it up and overacts because he's not an actor.
I disagree. He's been in situations where he didn't speak the language and he didn't know how to deal with the situation, but tried his best to, sway. When he's got his arms wrapped behind his back and they're bringing him before Iwashiga the first time, after he gets pissed on. Remember that part? I think everyone does. He is in situations where he's, trying to react in a tough guy situation and strong arm them, and it works in those places. When the first was a friar, I think they bring up the Catholic friar in front of Yabushiga. He's great in that situation where he's ad-libbing, trying to figure out. But in the other situation, it is kind of similar, but it's just he's chewing the scenery for me. It's, in my opinion, bad.
Well, he happens to have the same last name as the art director. Who knows?
Yeah,
he's related.
I think he makes good comedic relief from time to time, like some of the situations that he's in. He can make for a good comedic relief character, and he has good comedic timing from time to time. And the insults the writers arm him with are just those are some bangers.
The insults?
Yeah,
I don't mind him at all. I thought I could see it early on. It doesn't bother me. He's not as good as the people around him, but these people around him are like, next
Amazing.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sonata. I mean, Sonata's phenomenal.
He's incredible in this show, and his performance is so subtle and nuanced, and it's next level. No one can compete with him, and everyone else is pretty good too. And they're all acting Japanese, but the trick is they're Japanese, so they have a bit of a benefit there, right? And
well, even
we know, like that's our interpretation. Of it. Yeah. So, I just want to say I'm right.
But like even Buntaro has very subtle facial expressions. When he comes into Anjin's house earlier in the show, you can see he's like, pardon? There's Mariko. He's containing it, and he is acting with his body language in his face, and we don't have to have the show explain to us why he's pissed off.
True.
So I don't think
but I think the cultural differences is the factor when it comes to the acting for those roles. Like the Japanese are very reserved, they're stoic, they're militant, whereas you're seeing what's his nuts there, Blackthorn, you're seeing him as more of a just living the life at the like by the minute and trying to adapt to whatever comes in front of him. So I think it's just two different structures there.
No, I completely agree with that. I think Jay hit on the point. Jay Goodwin just hit on the point, which is it seemed goofy and silly when they're trying to get Toranaga out of the city. It was silly.
I thought it was supposed to. I thought that was on purpose, though. Maybe it is lampshading on my part. I don't know. It could be right. But I saw it as being that way because I thought it was the intention to have him be hammy about how he did that. Because he doesn't.
You may be right, but it was.
What are we talking about? When
Yeah,
they
I think
discovered
that was
him?
the
Yeah, he was
intention.
trying to cause a scene to sneak him off. Like I could see where you could think it might have been over the top, but I thought that was just the point because they all eyes on him so they can sneak him out, right? I mean,
they could have, in my opinion, they could have done it better. It just seemed way too hammy and a bit out of place considering we've seen him do this kind of thing before. Like I mentioned, after he got pissed in the face, because Zach likes that kind of thing with the drain and everything with the salt burn.
This is also the crazy weird white guy that showed up. Like, so it's like, hey, if I act like a complete fool, I'm going to get everybody to look at me, and I mean, otherwise he's going to die. So I mean,
well, yeah, I agree.
I'm with you. I get you. I get what you're saying, but it's like, I don't know.
Being bombastic is one thing. Being completely hammy and not landing is another.
Well, if you're completely hammy, you're going to get a bunch of people that don't know who you are looking at you going, is this dude crazy? Like, what the hell is going on with this guy? Which is, I thought was the point. So I get your meaning, but it didn't bother me.
Anyway, this next scene. Sorry to derail the entire show. Jesus, we have a whole episode.
Good conversation, yeah. So this is I mean, I get what you're saying about that. It is a serious thing, and you don't need to have it be comedic. I just think it would be hard to have that scene work if he's playing into what they think of him of being a barbarian and being a lout.
Right.
And so that's kind of he's playing into that to an extent. I think he's not the best actor in the world, but he's just better than I expected him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I was saying, Zach. Earlier in the show, I was agreeing with Dildo saying he is the weak point.
Yeah,
and he has come into the role, and he's gotten a lot better. And it's not. It hasn't bothered me. I guess I could say, since that scene, or there was one after with the cannons. When he was teaching them with the cannons, I was like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like,
because he was so over the top, though. He was gesturing stuff. You mean?
A bit too heavy-handed. Yeah. But since then, yeah, he's been great. I think he's been a great character, but he still is I don't remember who it was said in the chat that in the 1980s version, it's all from his perspective. I like it not being totally from his perspective.
Yeah,
I like
me
the,
too. I think it would be really weird just to see one character that would. Yeah.
Well, there's no subtitles either. Days. You just don't know what
Oh
they're
my
saying.
god.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could deal with watching something like that. That's weird.
Oh, let's go. No,
Well,
get in
yeah.
here, Gray.
If they were being 100% accurate with how the events were running out, the show would be partially in Japanese and then partially in Portuguese because because Blackthorn is conversing with his translators through the Portuguese language, so you'd just be hearing like people talking in Spanish over and over again.
Gray.
Portuguese, not Spanish. It's two different languages. Hey, there's Gray.
Yeah, well, they sound close enough to where you can say, "Oh yeah, it sounds like Spanish."
They do not.
Welcome, Gray. Tell us how you've been.
Oh, mate, how's it going? I'm coming from the UK, I am, and I've got to say that British accent was terrible. Really
Oh, I'm gonna knock your head off, I will. Yeah, I think the
It's like me trying to do an Aussie accent.
The stupid scarecrow from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Oh, what was that? What's that, eh? My name's Birdie.
In fact, you're correct. Portuguese does not sound like Spanish at all. Not to be confused. Gray.
Zax, I've missed
it's like
you,
a
baby.
celebrity sighting on my channel.
It's a rare, yeah. I'm off. I've got an afternoon off, so I'm free. I'm free now.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just chilling at home.
Tell us about Shogun. And are you enjoying it? What don't you like? What do you like? Are you keeping up with it?
I've got a bit of gossip for you guys and girls. Yeah. Great to see you all, by the way. Steve as well. Steve Prophet. He disappeared, just as I arrived.
Here. What's up?
You know the main guy, Hiroyuki Sanada, who plays Toranaga?
Yeah.
Very famous. He's in lots of samurai movies and stuff. Apparently he's not that popular anymore in Japan, so the missus tells me, because when he got famous, he moved away. He moved to America. He kind of abandoned Japan. So, the Japanese, they're not very forgiving, it seems.
Oh.
So there we go.
So he's no longer a Japanese icon, and he absolutely
he's not. Like 20 years ago, yeah, he was massive, wasn't he? Yeah.
That sucks. Was it during Lost? Was it Lost that he was in that he was like, okay, I'm moving to America now?
Maybe I can't remember.
I could understand
Last Samurai.
I could understand Japan hating him for moving to America because of that fucking show.
You suck.
Oh yeah, they understand that.
Was that too much?
Of the audience that they're English, but if you wanted it to be like 100% within the events and nothing else, everybody would either be conversing in Japanese or Portuguese. Like I'm not saying it's like a knock against the show or anything. It's just how it would be.
Well, in the book, it's Mariko and Blackthorn. They communicate in Latin, not English.
Oh my gosh!
Did you know that? Yeah.
I thought in the show it's supposed to be Portuguese they're speaking, but it says English.
In the 80s show, he's speaking Portuguese, and in this show, he's supposed to be speaking Portuguese. It's
okay.
Kind of loosey-goosey, but if he were speaking Portuguese, the whole show would be in subtitles, and we have this Tom Hardy-esque guy speaking in English, so we can kind of go along with it, and Mariko is speaking English as well.
I wasn't sure about him at first, were you, Cosmo? But he's kind of grown on me. He's a bit of a clown. He's a lovable clown, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a dork.
He's grown on me too. I didn't like him at first either. He looked like discount Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
More of a dork than Toranaga's son.
Yeah. But he's grown on me through this show, I think. I like him better. He's fine. He's good.
I don't know.
He's good enough.
Nagakoto is I don't like him ever. There are lots of scenes with the engine where I do like him. He's got some bad scenes, the first 4 episodes or whatever. I don't have a good scene with Toranaga's kid. Like, he's just a fucking... I'm not going to say it. It's a bad word.
Yeah, he's
like a wet sock.
The scene
Oh my
I thought the
God,
scene where he
okay.
was talking with Yabashugi's nephew while they're in the hot spring was
Omi.
pretty good.
Yeah, Omi.
Omi, that's his name.
Yes. I think that was his best scene. I also think that he was best referenced by Omi in a scene in episode 8, too. Also about how, oh, look at this. Don't forget about who he also was. Not only was he Toranaga, but he was Scorpion.
I just killed the conversation there, Zach.
Dude,
I don't know what you said.
I did. Yeah. Here we go. Let's try this now. Fix it. I'll fix it. Yeah.
I'm a zoomer, so some references might just go over my head.
Scorpion.
Oh, okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Get over here.
Yeah. Flexing his
okay.
acting chops.
Okay, I'm like, wait, what?
They ruined that show, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
That first
That movie was
15 minutes of that movie was phenomenal, and then
Yep,
Wait,
I
what
agree.
is that?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Oh,
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
That was the remake. You gotta love the original with Kylie Minogue. Come on. Wait a minute. Is that Street Fighter? I'm getting mixed up.
All of those movies are insufferable.
It's all the same. So here we're getting his we're getting at the end here towards his decision to no more Crimson Sky. We are going to submit ourselves to justice in Osaka. And to everyone's surprise, not everyone is happy with that decision because it means suicide for a lot of them.
Yeah,
Isn't
this
that
is
nice bum there. Zach's in the background.
Yeah. You like that, Gray?
Strangely not, no. I prefer her in the foreground.
As
She's one of my
Mr. B
favourite
says,
characters.
our shot.
She's awesome. She's awesome, man.
Yeah, she is.
Very sexy. Very manipulative.
What do you think?
there's Saki.
Kind of looks feminine, doesn't he, Gray? A little bit.
Saki.
Sake. I don't know. Who does he remind us of? He looks like a thinner version of Genghis Khan.
I think.
Can I say that?
He's too twinky for Genghis Khan.
I think he looks like a fag.
Yeah. Oh my God. God, I hate
Chinless.
him. Ugh. He has like a punchable
He's chinless.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a.
He looks
soy
like
boy.
he looks like a Wojak. He looks like a Wojak came to life.
Is he chinless or is he chin-chinless? That's what you want to know.
But see, that's good casting and good acting because that's the point. We're not
Right.
supposed to like this guy.
True. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to do it. I'm sorry, Jay. I thought we could. I always, my reach is beyond my grasp, I think, is what they say. I wanted to get caught up in time for Crimson Sky because that's going to be a big episode. I want to be live with it next week. But, man, it's just hard to get through these in an hour each.
Yeah.
Plus, we have guests. Right?
You can blame me if you're derailing the whole thing for 20 minutes.
And me as well.
We're allowed to derail. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Anyway.
And my
I'm British. We
horrible
get the
British
blame for
accent.
everything. It's the English's fault.
This scene coming up here, though, man. Ugh.
Rockhead, man. The boy. Rock Boy.
Naga. Yeah, Naga.
His name is Rock Boy from now on.
What a way
His
to
name
go,
is
man.
Rock Boy.
Do you remember that from the book? I don't remember it. It's been years since I read it.
You're the worst fucking assassin ever.
You missed him twice. Like, god damn. What a piece. Man.
Well, you know
And
what?
he's got like 10 guys with him, too, and still
I
can't
know,
get the
it's
job
such
done.
a dumb thing. Like, I can't even, like, goodness.
His
Like,
father's just
somebody
standing
covered
in
the
the
back door. I mean, how many times have you been in there to bang this bitch? Like, come on.
His dad's just standing out there going, God damn
No,
it.
no,
I
no.
just love the way he just runs for it. It's like, run away, Monty Python style, run away.
Lady B. Naga has never been here. Omi,
Omi
who
has.
is Yabushiga's nephew,
Yeah,
has
Omi
been here
has
a
been
lot.
there. So why isn't he being a good wingman and like trying to help him out? Like it's saying there's
Right,
a back door.
but-
Like cover my six, bro. Like I don't know. Maybe Omi wanted to kill him all along.
I would agree with that, Lady B. They are conniving, manipulative, ambitious motherfuckers. This is a hard, brutal world in Edo era Japan. They're very strict to doctrine, but they will not hesitate to assassinate people to get power.
Yeah.
Like,
but they did seem to be kind of like buds too, so I don't know if that's like that.
that's Omi using Naga to get what he wants. Like I just said, it's a brutal, manipulative world. These are not nice people. And Naga's a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
well,
true.
You know what? At least he tries something. And it's a fail, obviously. It's a horrible fail. At least for him. It works out well for his dad, kind of. Probably better off that he died instead of they could mourn him instead of actually finishing the job properly. But yeah, at least he does something. That comes up in episode 8 where Omi's talking about that. Like, at least he was in his actions were loyal to his lord, whereas everyone else is like, you don't really want to follow him now because he seems like he's going on the wrong path. But in spirit, he was loyal to his dad, trying to impress him, and he just was shitty at it. And
however, he tried something, didn't he? Yeah.
However, Toranaga had the notion that his brother would betray him.
Right.
And expected his vassals, his son being included in that, to obey his orders. His son did not obey his orders. His son went against his lord's command.
His son repeatedly throughout the show does not trust his father, even though his father is a military genius. So
he doesn't listen to his father either. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't listen to him. He doesn't learn any lessons. Nothing like that.
It's like, how about you just trust your father, who's proven himself time and time again, instead of going off on your own and slipping on a rock and killing yourself like an idiot?
Can't help it, Steve. It's the rebellion thing, isn't it? Come on.
I guess. I just like. I don't know. You totally. I don't know. You totally expected it from this dude. Like it was sort of a surprise. But you expect him to do something stupid. I didn't expect him to slip on a rock and bust open his head. I mean,
absolutely.
Like, God, what a terrible way to, especially in this world. Like, what are the stories going to say about him? He slipped on a rock in a whorehouse and died.
Was it a beautiful death for you?
It's like, Jesus, what a way to go.
Yeah.
Omi has been manipulating this guy for a while.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Yabashiga even brings this up in the next episode. He says something to the effects of falling on your head, falling on a rock and hitting your head and breaking it. I'd put that above being boiled, but I'd put it below being eaten by a dog.
Oh yeah, and put it in our book.
That was harsh, man.
He says, "Put that in our book."
That was a good line. Yeah,
this guy has been manipulated by all of these people. Be like, your father is really powerful. You know, you should like stand up to your father. And his father's going, just listen. Oh God, like you can feel Toranaga's eyes rolling back in his head every time this dipshit tries to quote unquote stand up to him, because all these other people are trying to manipulate him, and he's just too stupid. He doesn't really have ambition. He's being told he needs to be ambitious against his father by guys like Omi.
But do you think he didn't know that his son was going to try something like this? Because he seems to know everything that's going to happen. So he must have anticipated, that his son's going to do something stupid here.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
I think this was a complete out of nowhere situation. I don't think Toranaga wanted the 49 days to mourn his son. I don't think he was going to lose his son.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he planned for this either.
No, I don't think that was part of the plan. It's just he's got to alter his plans because of this happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what does this even buy him? Even if the assassination works, the army's still there. Somebody's going to take over, right? I mean,
Toranaga takes over because he's the older brother.
Okay, well then, why don't they just kill him? If it's that simple, just kill him.
Because of doctrine. Because of doctrine. He can't just be flat out killed in front of his men.
Yeah.
Because that's an act of act of something. Gray should be able to figure that crap out. But you can't just like behead someone in front of their own army. in a piece like that. This is an assassination attempt, which is different, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't know what he was doing. Well, he wasn't thinking, was he? He'd just been so easily swayed, so easily manipulated, and he was also pissed off because he felt like no one's acting, no one's doing anything. You know, here's my chance to stand up and like get the spotlight, and it all went horribly wrong.
Absolutely. Well, he wants to stand up to his father and show his father that he is worth something, but he's doing that based on other people's ideologies. Or manipulation.
He doesn't realize he's been fooled the whole way.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fucking tool. But I mean, I didn't want the kid to die like God. There it is. Yeah, I didn't want the kid to die like that. But you know, maybe think for a minute. Your buddy Omi ain't your buddy. He's looking for power too.
So that's kind of what I think too. Like I'm thinking that it bought him 49 extra days, which he wouldn't have had. So let's pretend that this doesn't happen. Everyone goes, they're told. The next day, he's got to go and start heading for Osaka. What would have been, he doesn't have the extra time now to mourn. And if this doesn't happen, he's going right to Osaka right away, so he has no time. So he must have thought something was going to happen. Halo Spec. Come on, dude.
But again, I don't think he planned for this. I think this is more like a boon that he can try to figure out a little bit more because you got 49 days of mourning. And then we find out a little bit later that Lady Yochiba has some situations of her own to deal with. But we can't get into episode 8 because it's already 11.
I like this line though, Jay. You demonstrate the inherent problem with being a useful idiot. You may cease being useful. You'll always be an idiot.
I know all about that, Zax.
You do? What do you mean, Gray?
Yeah. Born an idiot, I'm going to die an idiot too.
Well, he's the engine. He's English and he's in Japan. So, I mean,
I'm the gaijin, the outsider, the barbarian.
So you were saying, Gray, that it's not popular in Japan, this show?
Only because I don't think streaming generally is popular. It's weird. I say they still rent DVDs in Japan. We still have like rental DVD stores, believe it or not. So they're really slow on the uptake on streaming, especially outside of Amazon Prime, I think.
Okay. Wow. It's not.
So I don't know anyone who's watching it
here in America.
Right, you got too many, haven't you? It's crazy. Streaming wars.
Oh yeah, it's going nuts. Paramount Plus, I think, is dead or dying. Paramount might get sold. Disney bought Hulu, so that's out, and you know they're eating themselves.
What about Peacock? How's Peacock doing?
Well, it used to be HBO Max, and it was Peacock, and then HBO Max took away the HBO. So I want to see if Peacock takes away the P.
Max Cock. That'd be awesome.
Hey, you got it.
Sorry, Zax, derailed the stream.
Not at all. No, we're good. So
me dirty mind.
What's up, E-Clay? Thompson, we got people in the chat coming in now.
And also Goober joined the chat, and so did Linux.
Low spec Linux.
I have a question for the panel, and I'll be interested to see what the responses are.
Yeah. Jay Goodwin, good point as well. Japan depends on physical media. It's very physical media over here. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, because the government will just take your shit away if it's digital. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the situation we have here in front of us that Zax has left on the screen for a good 5 minutes.
Yep.
Does anyone feel sorry for this? Do they think it's a tragedy? That's my question.
Yep.
I kind of felt sorry for him.
I do.
It seemed like he was just trying so hard to make his father like be proud of him. Like he thought, like, this is the thing I'm gonna do that's going to show that I can handle stuff, and every time he just failed.
Yeah, I feel bad for sure. Father trying to impress his, or son trying to impress his father and failing like that, and then it cost him his life. That's and he knows as he's going out here that it's kind of embarrassing too.
That's what I was looking for right there, Zach. But yes, I agree with everything Lady B said too.
It's a horrible way to go. You got to shout out. Go for it.
especially in the annals of history, he will probably be remembered as, due to the tragic death of his son, Lord Toranaga, was able to buy some time to organize his assault on Osaka more or something like that. That was probably how.
Yeah, they'll rewrite it, won't they? Yeah, good
Rock
point.
Boy.
I like the way that sounds.
Rock Boy allowed for 49 days of planning.
Steve, straight to the point, Steve. Straight to the rock.
Rock Boy, yeah.
The real life guy who this is based on, he started the Battle of Sekigahara, which was the biggest land battle in Japanese history, 100,000 people fighting.
Wow.
He fired the first shot because he was the impetuous one. He started the battle and he won the battle, but he got shot in the head in the process. But he died like 4 years later. So
no way.
Yeah, so he's actually he did well. He just was impetuous. But he led the battle, he won the battle. He just took a bullet
He's
in
too
the head.
hasty, right, Steve?
So they kept that aspect of it, though, the hasty part. They did keep that in the story where he is impetuous.
Rock Boy's hasty? Yeah.
I think impetuous is the best term for it. Because he just...
I don't feel bad for this little brat at all. I know you guys are all his tragedy, but fuck him. He sucks.
I agree.
Come on.
He
Duke and
You'll listen to your dad. Just trust your dad just once. I know you want to impress him,
right.
but like, I don't know how many more ways your father could tell you to calm the fuck down, and you just are like, nah.
Let me ask you all on the panel, like, what do you think about this? The way he went down, the way he was written, the writers, they didn't even, they could have given, a satisfying ending for him, couldn't they? They could have like paid off. Okay, he actually did something brave at the end, but no, they kept, they kept the story, they kept the character right, didn't they? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's been an ignorant screw up since the start, and his father has tried. This is I'm sorry, Lady B. I didn't mean to like get mad at you in the chat, but I think you're correct. His father gave him several opportunities to show that he's willing to learn or willing to be part of the family, or lead the clan.
He had that. What I meant, let me clarify, was that like it seemed that their relationship was such that maybe like he didn't really ever have a chance. And it's like, if that was your dad, this guy, I mean, he's winning battles when he's like 13 or something. How are you going to live up to that?
Listen to the father, and this kid never did.
I mean,
every time his father said,
if the whole thing with the canon didn't happen, I might feel a little worse about his fate here. But like, he already massively screwed up not following directions once.
Once it was several times.
Well, I mean that was yes, but you know what I'm saying. That was a massive fuck up. And it's just like.
Well,
at some point, you're gonna get sent to your room without your sword, buddy. Like what? Like I mean, what the
hell? Take his wakizashi off him, quick.
I mean, Jesus.
That was good.
They probably, in this case, they probably take his sword in more ways than one.
Yeah.
So there's this scene with him doing the falcon, where the falcon's killing the pheasant.
Yeah.
And his son runs up to him and he goes, "Hey, look at what I did." And the father's like, "No, the bird did that, you fucking idiot. Like, God, don't you learn anything I've been telling you?" And how old is this kid supposed to be? 16 or 18 or something? And he just doesn't listen. Like, he doesn't want, if he's the one controlling the falcon to go get the pheasant.
He doesn't understand he's the pheasant.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I think his father would be more impressed at this point if he like actually just listened to him. It's like, okay, good, finally. But I don't know.
But he also has other people in his ear telling him.
Yeah, he's being manipulated. He's just
completely manipulated. Yeah, especially by Omi, who is also being manipulated.
Yeah, who's also
exactly.
Yeah. I was sort of surprised there wasn't any repercussions for the girl, since she clearly set him up. But maybe
what girl? Yuki?
The quarters. Is that her name? I don't know.
I think you mean Yuki.
I just I don't.
Hang on. Naga never got with Yuki.
No, I'm talking. So the chick that was with I sorry, I'm terrible with the names, but they were just having their little one-on-one pillow time.
Girl.
The Tea girl, yeah. Well, just the two, like right before he got assassinated, she snuck out of the room because she suggested like doing some other crap, and he got all excited, and then she slipped away.
Yeah, was it Psyche or Saki? The brother. The brother was with Yuki. That's the spy. Yuki is the best courtesan ever. That's
right. So Yuki. So I was just surprised she didn't face any repercussions for basically setting up the whole deal.
I don't know.
How does anyone know she's done anything?
He's still alive. He was in the room. I mean, the Toranaga's brother is still alive. He's not dead, right? So So she clearly set him up. I mean, he was there.
Correct.
So I was surprised that he didn't do anything. Well, maybe he did, but and we just
the madam of the tea house knows everything.
Yeah, she does.
Which is interesting in this episode where Toranaga approaches her, after his army's destroyed and after his brother's kind of taken over everything. He's kind of out of options, right?
She's a great character too, isn't she? Really well written.
Oh God, and the way they always the tea house ladies always smile, like they're never flat faced or what Zach's call Mariko, annoyed. They never have the annoyed face that Mariko does. They're always like smiling, even when they talk about like cutting off.
It's a surface smile, isn't it, Booch? It's like there's so much going on underneath behind it. You just don't know.
Oh
yeah,
yes.
So cool how they do it.
Yes, and there's a whole bunch of other courtesans that we don't get to know at all, but we can see them in the background, and they're all still grinning with that little smile, because they're whores.
So DJ Roddy G quickly here wants to give a shout out to Prophet of the Dragon Steve.
Hey, what's up, DJ?
Roddy G.
What's going on?
And since Grace here will play this.
Aiden shout out.
Lancelot.
You're my Lancelot, Gray.
I thought I was Guinevere.
I love watching that with you guys.
Gentlemen in the chat, it is Yuki, not Suki.
Yuki.
Suki. Suki means like as well. Tashi wa anata o suki desu. I like you.
I think that what I think is tragic about this guy's death, and so I get why you don't think it is, but I think that his dad, I think Toranaga knew he was going to do something because his son always does something, and it's always stupid, and always stupid in a specific way, so that either he was going to die and give him time, or he was going to be successful somehow, which would then get rid of the leader of his brother and maybe get the army over or whatever. Either way, it's okay for him because
he's hedging his bets. Yeah,
it benefits him.
Yeah,
and so for him to let his kid, knowing that his kid was likely to do something stupid, he didn't have anyone set to watch him to stop him from doing something stupid. Mm-hmm. So he, in a sense, allowed it to happen, knowing this would be the cost, and so he benefits his father by dying. In the end,
I don't think he knew he was going to die, did he? But as you say, as Steve said, he was hedging his bets either way. Yeah, you're right.
But this is dildo. Or can I say dildo? Is that okay? I said it's dildo.
We say dildo all the time.
Yeah, dildo is, I think, referencing the scene in the woods where Toranaga has his vassals and is explaining things, and Naga kind of stands up to him. That could be what dildo is talking about, where Toranaga goes, all right, this idiot's going to do something really fucking stupid. That could be where Toranaga is thinking, where Naga is going to go to the tea house and try to kill Sake. That would kind of make sense.
It's tragic because, Jay, if you have a kid, you could love him even if he's stupid. So.
Yeah, I'm with
Trust me,
Lady B and the rest of the panel.
That's the tragedy.
I've loved dumb.
Except for Gooch and Prophet, I'm with the rest of the panel. it is tragic. It sucks. It's sad. Even though he is really stupid and completely manipulated by people who are not necessarily for their lord. They're totally loyal to a point. But yeah, but Shiga even.
I'm sorry, but you're living in a time where it's killed or be killed, and this is a vicious time to live in. And when you have a mouth breather that's fucking up your life, you get it's.
I agree. It's tragic. He's so dumb.
I don't think Toranaga sacrificed his son like that.
I think he's got any control over his son.
I think he's like this.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because you said it yourself. Several times he's given him advice, and the fucking retard doesn't get it. So I mean, like,
with the hard
either way, he's going to.
Well, he already assassinated another person to help his father, which caused him nothing but problems. So, like,
yeah, he fucks up his father's life constantly, and so this is for not just for his father, but the state of Japan. Like, it's not just some kind of family situation. It's for the whole freaking country.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
for the country.
So just I know we're not getting into 8, but he fakes illness through his son's funeral.
Yes.
I mean,
True.
so like,
True.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's
Yeah.
like, so
Jay wants
like,
to go
okay, so
see
we have,
Bob
if he's willing to do that, is he willing to sort of go, okay, well, let's see if he can get it done, or if he dies, then I'm still good. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's fine with it because.
I disagree.
Like, okay,
I think
because technically,
he's not going to be able to stop dumbass head rock guy here from doing anything because he doesn't listen. Rockhead, Stonehead, whatever you want to call him. He's got nothing but bricks in his head anyway. Might as well die on a fucking rock. Anyway, but I don't think Toranaga wanted his son to die. Like
no,
other people
I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that he's already knows he basically his son's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So the assumption that he's going to attempt something is probably in the back of his mind. And he's like, well, if he's successful, great. My son kills him, and I get the army, and my hands are clean.
Steve. Yeah.
My hands are clean. If he fails, then he's dead. I get my 49 days, and I can fake my illness to make it even look worse. That
Jesus, that's
then,
cold, though, isn't it? That's
well,
cold,
he
fake.
So it's
Toranaga.
like.
I have a question then. Prophet, I have a question then.
Yeah.
Why has he been continuing to try to get this kid to understand for that long and not just dump his fucking ass in episode 1?
Well, it's his son.
Because he's his son.
So is this his son here in episode 7?
Right. So just because your son's a screw up doesn't mean you just get rid of him. I mean,
that's
keeps
what he
trying.
did in episode 7, according to what you just said.
No. That's not what I just said. I said he doesn't have a level of control on him. He didn't send him.
Like, he does have a level of control on him throughout the rest of the series.
Don't do this stuff, and he goes ahead and does it. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Ground him? Like
yes.
He can't.
Yes.
He's just gonna go.
Not at that point. He has no power at that. He has no power at that point, really. Like, his brother is in full control of the village.
Right.
So,
at this point, I'm talking about prior.
So when
prior to this point, Toranaga
I still
has
think
control to tell his son, go sit down, go lay down. You're a dog. He absolutely has control to say those things.
Wouldn't that ruin his son?
Why is it people who have never been in battle are always so eager to enter one? Like, he's telling
exactly.
him,
I wanted to get to that point.
That's a good line. That's a great line.
I mean, I just if he
that was the setup right there.
If he sits
that
down,
that was the cannons.
Says, go to
that
your
was the
room.
cannons. He did it with the cannons.
Isn't that completely just bringing him down low and ruining his reputation? I mean, like, he just I can't trust you to do what I say. I'm gonna take away all your stuff. And you
Prophet, well, you just hang on. Let's decompact what you just said, which is why would bring him down low? He doesn't ever do that in public. He doesn't do that in front of any other vassals, except after Saki has control. Then he brings him low when they're in the woods. Prior to that, no. He tries to tell his son in private.
I think
you need to start listening to me. It's not the same thing.
But
there's several different situations.
So if his son's decided he's going to assassinate his half brother, how's he going to stop him?
At that point, he can't.
Well, that's what I'm
Prior
saying.
to that point, he has been trying to get his son to stop, listen to these other people that are not in his self-interest.
I think we're saying the same thing. I'm just saying that at that point, I think it's one of those. He knows his son's going to do what he's going to do. So he has to just make the best of whatever the outcome is.
Yes,
and that's what he does.
Well, absolutely agree with that.
Okay,
like
that's what I've been saying.
Toranaga knows, like, he's either going to go to try to assassinate my brother or he's not.
Right.
If he does, this is what's going to happen. If he doesn't, this is going to happen. If he tries, exactly right. So the wheels within wheels. Toranaga is a brilliant.
Yeah, no,
he's my favorite character by far. Like,
I think we agree. I don't know how maybe I said it badly because that's exactly what I was talking about.
No, it's okay.
I think it's worse than that though.
It's not an argument. It's a discussion.
His son, even if his son succeeded, he would then have to commit seppuku. So he knew his son. He would have to know his son's going to die no matter what.
That's an excellent point.
So no matter what, he's dead.
Does he necessarily have to take credit?
Well, see, I don't know.
He would take credit though because he's who he is.
Well, I guess you're probably right.
That's kind of my thinking.
Because of how much a bitch Naga is, I don't think he'd ever commit seppuku. I don't think he really believes in the hierarchy or any of that stuff. His
kid?
The kid. I don't think he'd commit seppuku for
violating
his lord's orders. Never.
If his kid asked him to do it, his dad asked him to do it, he'd do it.
He'd have to, yeah.
He's supposed to, but this character, I don't think so.
Who was it? Was he there when
he'd start crying?
When
I suspect that Toranaga would have cut his head off if he needed to.
Yeah, that's what I think, Dildo. I think
so.
Either way.
Was it Stonehead here that was talking about
Stonehead?
The father and the stepping up in the first or second episode. It was the first episode when the I forget his name there, where he had to do seppuku to himself, and then the what's her name? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that her name? Yugi? She loses her husband and the baby.
Oh, Fuji.
Fuji, sorry.
That's it. Nice one.
Fuji, her husband. Was it Stonehead that was talking about that? How he stepped up and for his father.
Yeah, it was. At least he did something.
So
he was one of his vassals, wasn't it? He was standing up to the insults.
It was him that was talking it. That was the whole lead up. Like he saw what they were doing from the get go, how to be a true loyal.
That's awesome,
warrior.
Isn't it? From episode 2.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he said straight up that should have been me.
That should have been me. Exactly. And then it capped off with like that speech that Hostmann said of not wanting to be in war but never actually experiencing a war. It was all kind of led up to this point, how useless this kid was and how much he had this ambition of being this great legend for Japan, because like the whole point of this, everything that's happening is Toranaga doing what's best for the country, not just for himself, but for the country. And that gets lost, I think, when you're watching these episodes. Like the end game is for Japan to be its own, have a different hierarchy. Like I think it's set up really, really well.
Well, and I think what Jay says here is reinforced by what happens at the end of episode 8. I mean,
yep,
100%.
God, yeah, man, that was harsh. That was harsh.
That's
amazing.
Yeah, it was like so rough. I was like, what? And it's so weird too, because it's like, I don't know.
There's a goal.
Yeah, there is a goal. I felt like I was so on like the brink of trying to decide, was that something they planned or was that something that happened? And that
me too, Lady B. Yeah.
Okay, so I know everyone is like Toranaga is this mastermind and everything.
It's not planned.
Like, I don't honestly.
Not
I think they had the like big Crimson Tide or whatever it was.
Crimson Sky.
Crimson Sky. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like having listened to Sports Ball. Everyone is Sports Ball crazy, or hoop ball, and everyone's going on about like Alabama, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, Crimson Sky is going on, and I feel like that was sort of the end game, and I think like I really got the sense that Toranaga really didn't know what to do, and he had like planned eventualities, but things started happening. His son's death kind of maybe thought he could get it on time, but he just didn't know the angle to do, and I think he was just not taking action, and he just didn't want to make a decision because he wasn't sure what the outcome was. Like, he's very calculating, and like I knew what the outcome would be, and I was willing to take the risk for it. And with this, like in 8, it's like I don't think he really could see it that well. And I think that like what happens to his friend, like what is his friend forces his hand and makes him decide this, because if you do this, so I couldn't figure out was, did they plan it together or did his friend just do it knowing that it would force him to take action?
So
is Omi in the tea house?
Yes, he is in the scene. He was right behind him.
Do you think, Lady B, like going back to like episode 6, I believe, where he's throwing the rock onto that what do you call that little
It's like a shrine. It's part of the shrine. It's like
Torii, the gate.
Torii. Okay, the Torii. Yeah, that's it. Do you think it's that at that point he realizes that he's going to lose his son, like that? Because that's how far he thinks.
I don't think that's what happened. I think
foreshadowing. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just that is
the rock foreshadowing.
No
way.
I honestly think that he's so
Classic.
used to planning stuff out. He legitimately got to a point where he was trapped. I mean, I really got the sense that he didn't have a plan.
I totally think he knew what his.
I low key disagree.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
disagree. I disagree.
I think not to ruin episode 8, but like I think you're right. He was sort of like, I don't think it was planned, like discussed, but it is mentioned at the very end when Mariko is like shocked.
You mentioned it. You know what you
he
have
mentions
to do now.
that his friend knew exactly what he needed, and he did it without even having to talk about it.
Yeah, but was that instigated by his friend, by the old, the old man?
I guess
was
I
that
should
instigated
kind of,
by Toranaga?
like,
hang on.
Let me just clarify what I was saying. I'm sorry, I'm having pain, so it's taking me a while to get my mind together. But I don't think that he didn't have a plan. I think he had this sort of like high level plan, and then he got into a situation where, like, the probabilities of the plan succeeding were becoming less and less, and so he thought, if I did this, is the highest probability that I'm not going to succeed. So it wasn't like the plan wasn't there, it just he couldn't do it, and so he was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I think that's why everyone, that obviously they're involved and they know this stuff, but they were just like, okay, we have to do something and we can't just keep waiting, and they made it happen.
So that's part of it, but there's also something that you're missing with that, which is Toranaga is also manipulating people.
Oh yeah,
He's pushing chess pieces into position as well.
The plan is,
and his brain is working like a flowchart, basically.
You gotta remember the plan.
If this happens, then this branch happens, and if this happens, then this branch happens. And that's the way Toranaga's brain is working. I think he is really upset that his son died.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think it's kind of Gooch and Prophet were the ones that were saying like yeah, he wanted him to die. No, I don't think he did.
I didn't say he wanted him. I never said he wanted him to die.
Someone said he sacrificed him.
I said I wanted him to die.
I said he.
Sorry.
I didn't say he wanted.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Steve wanted him to die through broken glass window, didn't you, Steve?
There's a lot of people talking.
Jay in the chat earlier said Toranaga. I think Jay in the chat earlier said Toranaga should have wanted him to die because of how stupid he was.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. But Gooch was also saying like, yeah, I'm fucking happy he's fucking dead.
Yep.
You gotta remember, the plan is to convince.
Well, there's one less loose
cannon that he has given up. The guy that the guy that plans and knows everything and has plans on top of plans, he has to prove that he's given up. So how do you do
No.
that?
Not
That's exactly the plan. That's
Osaka.
what he said.
Let's not cut each other off here, guys.
Ishido
Steve, let's see finish his thought here. Steve.
Well, but that isn't that exactly what he said? Well, whether I got the place wrong or not, I'm sorry, but the plan is to make everybody, all his enemies, believe that he is given up. The trickster, the guy that plans everything, the guy that would never give up, has to prove that he's given up. So how do you do that? Well, you can first you have to go way overboard, convincing your own vassals that you've given up. They're convinced that he's ready to fight by the end of that because he's sending the priest to send word ahead of him that he's giving up. So like they'd never send them unless he's going to fight. Then they go into the meeting and well, he's still giving up. So
can I make a point? Can I make a point? This is all episode 8 that he's talking about.
Yeah, we should wait till episode 8.
My bad. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, so my bad. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
There's a lot of really cool things that happen in that, and I like that. I don't remember what the title of it was, but it does like sort of get the like Dark Knight of the Soul part of the plot progression, and I really like that because, like I said it before, I really like the structure of how they did this, and it's not just for Toranaga, it's also for like other characters and.
Well, we got Yabushiga being involved, kind of knowing what his nephew is thinking, and he knows absolutely who his nephew is talking to, and he reports that to Toranaga. So Toranaga knows that the madam knows, and the madam knows that Yuki is talking to Osaka.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of political intrigue going on in episode 7 that's kind of in, what do you call it, behind the scenes, but they do it very subtly, and there's no hand holding in this show. Like they don't tell you like every single scene like, oh, this is what's happening and this is like, no, you have to remember the episode before and before that. So Toranaga knows that the madam knows that Yuki. God, it's so confusing, but it's all political intrigue and it's brilliant. It's brilliantly done.
Oh, it's brilliant. And it's the best thing about the show. Yeah.
Yeah, now Omi coming in there with he is nowhere near the front of the assassination. Omi is in the tea house when this is happening, right? Like he's not in the garden. He's not trying to kill Saki. It's brilliantly done.
I remember Boosh. I need to rewatch it. I think 7. Watch the end.
Well, Lady B, Omi is in on the assassination, right?
Yeah, he's in. Oh, like in the end of this episode, yeah, he's there. I mean, I think it's interesting because when you see it, it's like dumbass like storms through the door, and then Omi's in the background. So I was thinking of two things.
Omi runs away and leaves his boy to fucking die after manipulating him into doing this.
No. Yeah, I was thinking of two things were happening here. He was like so hot to trot that he thought he could just kill his uncle. And
go, Lady B.
Or like if this whole thing was set up that if he did kill the uncle, that like Omi would have killed him, so it was like, oh, he was killed in the attack.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
I feel like there's a lot of possibilities here, and I really like that. Like, you know, any of them could be valid. Or there's also like maybe they're just retarded and they're both being stupid because Omi doesn't strike me as being like an intellectual genius either. Like
no, he isn't.
Well, he's also
Gooch, you gotta go. Gooch, let's get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, I totally need to go to bed. I'm getting like biting breath.
We should wrap anyways. Yeah, you guys, we've been going for over 2.5 hours. So, but Gooch, what's going on with you? And we'll get you out of here right away.
I'm just gonna. I got tomorrow night. I'll be doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners, 10 o'clock Eastern. Come check it out, and then of course you can catch me on Saturday night with Moses, and I'll be just doing the weekly animation reviews, and having fun on my channel. Looking to get more subs, so
6K.
Yeah,
killing it.
Yeah,
killing it.
Having fun. So Great conversation. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on again. It's always a blast being on here. Great panel tonight, and everyone in the chat, you guys rock. You're always a blast. So have a great week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Gooch.
What are you doing tomorrow night? I'm sorry, I was using the restroom.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so
that's a good show. Everyone in the chat needs to go watch that.
Yes.
Good to see you again, Gooch.
Thanks.
It's been a while, mate.
Yeah. Yes, great. Nice seeing you too, bro. Nice meeting you, Prophet. So, take care, everyone. Lady B, take care.
Thank
Postman,
you. You too.
You know what's up. Okay, take care, everyone. See you later.
Thanks.
Zax, I'll see you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Take care.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
His all of his stuff is in the description. So his channels, Twitter, all that. So go subscribe to Jay if you haven't already, and then go hang out tomorrow night with Cyberpunk.
I couldn't help but notice that Jay didn't say goodbye to Boosh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh
True.
no.
So Jay, I think it depends on how far back you're thinking about the plan. I don't know how far ahead he's got these things planned. I think at that point, with what had happened so far, he could anticipate he was going to do something, and that he would then use that for the best of his plans going forward, or for the nation. This is the same guy who anticipated. I don't want to get too much of this because it's episode 8 stuff, but Yubushiga and Blackthorn having to then work together by the end, because he knew what kind of types of people they were, and what they would likely do as a response to what had been happening. So he reads people like that. So I think that he understood that was probably going to happen, and how to benefit from it. Doesn't mean he started up left day one to plan to have his kid die. I don't think that was the plan. But at that point, it was an acceptable cost. So
I don't think it was an acceptable cause. I think it was in the eventuality that. I mean, I don't think he wanted his kid to die. I really don't think he wanted his kid to die.
No, I don't think so either. But it was
it's a 50-50, right?
I mean, no, because he's only legitimate heir, as far as we know, isn't he? He's the only official son he has. So
correct.
I'm sure he didn't want him to die.
So that's the end. That's the end of the Toranaga bloodline. Is the kid?
Yeah.
You can make more kids though.
Well, not necessarily.
This is true.
I mean, he wins both ways, right? I mean, so I don't think he wanted him to die, but I mean, like if he's successful, he still wins, and then he can.
Was it Gray that said it was a 50-50? That's
I said it was 50. It's like a 50-50.
Oh yeah. So that's his flow chart. It's like, if this happens, then let's do this thing, and then if this happens, let's do this thing. That's pretty much the way I think Toranaga operates.
Sort of cold. I agree. It's like, well, I mean, that's
it's really
high
cold,
stakes.
isn't it?
It's high stakes, but I mean, yeah.
Well, if he goes and flies off the handle and doesn't do something. Okay, thanks.
Sorry, Boosh.
Maybe I know you're dealing with stuff, and let's get you out of here, okay?
I'm sorry. Yes. I'm like gonna start falling asleep on the couch.
No. Let's get you out. I know you're feeling
great to catch up, Lady B.
Thank you.
Thanks for seeing us.
Oh, by the way, Lady B, love you. Don't say goodbye to me like Gooch. I think it's going to be a thing. Don't say goodbye to Boosh.
Yeah, don't say goodbye to me, Booshy. Okay. I'm not gonna sing. It's too late. Thank you guys. We're gonna have a very exciting White Cloak stream on Saturday. Me and Alex are gonna have a party. So I need to put up the time and make a thing, but we have a big announcement, and come join us on Saturday. And anyone that streams with us can come and do it. And just
there's no announcement. It's small potatoes.
There's announcements. Yeah, big show announcement. Yeah, it's a chill stream. If you're interested in coming on us on Saturday night, get in contact with me. And
so I have a question, Lady.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to bring William on a stream?
Yeah, that's Alex. Yeah. If you didn't know. Yeah, from the White Cloaks. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes by Alex on the White Cloaks.
Yeah, it's just it's the name of a sports ball player.
I thought that was your boyfriend.
He is. Yeah.
I'm so confused.
It's confusing.
No,
he
Alex
goes by another name
Will,
for White Cloaks. Will
his
is Alex.
Will.
Wait, Lady B's got a boyfriend? What?
I don't know.
Wait, what? I guess I understand, because my real name is not Gooch.
Yeah, I know he has like the official. He has like YouTube Premium on his personal account, and then he has like the White Cloaks account, and he just doesn't like using it because it's not premium, and he has to watch ads. So
I know.
So are you going to bring Alex on a string with you? Is my question.
Oh yeah,
Let the baby go, guys.
Yeah, it's he's
speaking
the same
of
person
rocks.
as Will. I miss him wrestling. Thank you guys.
No, he's
and
just
hopefully
a
we'll see
hack.
you guys on Saturday.
Good night.
Thanks, Lady B. We'll get
Yeah,
you
good night, everyone. Keep watching this awesome show. See you
Night.
next week.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao.
Good night. Her stuff and White Cloak stuff is all in the description. So please go sub to both of them if you haven't already. She works for her own channel and she does a ton of stuff for the White Cloaks, who are they are people who really pushed back the hardest right away, and they were kind of a refuge for us with Wheel of Time. So, and
Until they
kind of
fucking shut them down.
until they shut him down, which showed us how bullshit Reddit is.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, go sub to them and support those guys. They're a great crew. Steve.
Yes.
What's going on?
Guys, can I ask you a question while I got you all here? But probably missed this in the streams, but I've been dying to know. Do the subtitles bother you?
No. Actually,
Okay.
It's one of the, I don't know. For someone who has trouble, if my joke with Brian or Porio is I don't read movies. I don't like reading movies.
Yeah.
That was like because he asked me why I didn't go see Godzilla -1. I'm like, movies aren't for reading; they're for watching, right? So ha ha ha. But it hasn't bothered me. There's been a few times I've had to sort of back up and read it because it goes so fast sometimes.
Yeah. The Japanese,
so-
Steve, it's very difficult even for me. They're using a very kind of classic, very polite, respectful form,
Yeah,
and I can't
so-
get half of it. I need the subtitles.
Yeah, I had to. So the subtitle, and then if I have to back up, it's good enough. It's not that big a deal. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I've watched Tokyo Vice and this at the same time, which are both heavily subtitled shows.
Yeah. Oh,
and
nice
it's like,
one.
well, I guess I just sort of got used to it, so it's not bothering me for myself. So.
Season 1, Tokyo Vice, very good.
Yeah, two was good too.
2's decent, but yeah.
Anytime I watch anime, I usually tend to watch it in the original Japanese because the English dubs never sound right for me for some reason. Like Cowboy Bebop is one of the only animes where I can actually tolerate the English dub because it actually sounds like people talking to each other and not like a fucking robot for some reason.
I've heard that's one of the best dubs ever. English dubs, yeah, Cowboy Bebop. I've not
That's
heard
fancy.
it myself, but it's supposed to be brilliant.
Yeah, I tried watching it with subtitles and the English, and the subtitles were nothing like the actual dub. Like the
Right.
subtitles sounded like your average dub, and the actual dub was cut above.
I liked it. I think shows like this make it so that it improves your experience because you get the original performance. Plus, it makes you pay attention. Like you can't, and this is a show that rewards that. So it's not, it pulls you in, but I can't look at my phone and watch this show. I just can't do it.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
Right.
That's for the
Yeah, you
betterment of everyone, really.
You have to, and I think that's a great point that you've got to be watching the screen. And it's not just that dialogue is happening. I don't think there's any scene in this show, even barring the hamminess that I've mentioned before, there's no wasted scenes in this show.
Agreed.
There's no, dialogue or exposition dumps at all.
Mm-hmm.
As we're moving through the series, we learn about the world.
Yep. I think you could watch it again and you would pick up a lot more that you missed probably the first time through. Especially when you
me
know where
too.
the story's going. I think there's a ton that's there that we probably missed.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
What's going on with the Prophet?
What's going on with the Prophet? Well, I think me and Nathan are doing. We're almost through the fight autopsy of that horrible debacle of a show that was Wheel of Time season 2. So we're still in episode 8. It's taken forever, but by popular demand, we're going to be doing Blood Snow 2 at some point. So
Why would you? Why would you do that to yourself? I checked out episode 1, season 2. I watched
Because
all of season 1.
Yeah,
And
well,
when this is not the Wheel of Time, I'm sorry, it's
No,
not.
you know, because that's that's basically what I made the channel for originally. So it's one of those sort of see it through. And they keep lying, like they just keep lying, and it's one of those if they would just stop lying, then maybe.
Hang on, what do you mean they're who?
Well, the
who's lying about what?
showrunners, everybody involved with the show is lying about what they're actually doing. They're saying they're covering this. They're saying that this is from this book. They're saying these characters do an act this way, and it's one of those things. I feel like, at least for me, I think, yeah, there you go, Trip. You could go online at any time and look up an article for Wheel of Time right now, and it's just full of BS and nonsense and straight up lies.
I have watched several YouTubers talk about the Wheel of Time, and it's just filled with nonsense fluff. Like, oh, I love this character and such and such, and I'm going,
why?
Okay, you like that character, but that's not a character from the books. And the character is actually horrible if you remove yourself from the novels and take this as a TV show, just a TV show, with having no idea about the books at all.
It doesn't stand up at the show or an adaptation, right? I mean, and then then we make weapons out of bedposts and knives and stuff like that. So, but
it's not even an adaptation.
No, it's not.
Even if you look at it from the standpoint that fine, it's not an adaptation. They use the same names. And that's all you take from the books. It's still a bad show.
It's terrible.
It's still a really bad show.
It's just terrible. So we got that, and then I'll make some. I need to make some videos. I need to do the 3-body problem thing just to get it done. Just make a video. I don't know how I'll do.
Prophet, drop your link in the chat, and I'll sub to you.
It's right there. I just dropped it there.
Oh, thank you.
I really need to. I really want to get. I need to get my Rebel Moon Scar Giver. I don't know why I did that, but video out because Zack Snyder should. Why would you name it Scar Giver? What the fuck?
That just sounds like Shadow the Hedgehog trying to be
what the hell
so
is
fucking edgy.
But I have a
It's like Taserface.
I have
Taserface from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Zack Snyder should just keep making Rebel Moons forever, so he stays away from everybody else's canon. So make 18 Rebel Moons, and I'll be happy because canon doesn't matter to Zack Snyder. So find out Topsy for now. Hopefully some video soon, and we'll go from there. So we got to do something. There's Peripheral 2 never failed us, man. Peripheral 2
do a
failed
review
us.
of 3-body problem and bring Trip on, but mute her.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Exactly. According to the Avatar,
why would you mute
she'd love
Trip?
that. She would.
I need to do Avatar too. I need to do Last Airbender too because that upset me greatly. But I need to branch out. So yeah.
Prophet, if you start dropping Wheel of Time videos, I'll definitely be in the chat helping you tear that crap apart.
Well, that's pretty much my shtick right now. So I want to branch out, but it's filled with Wheel of Time streams and videos. So I appreciate it. And, hey man, you're welcome anytime.
Don't let him get away with it, Steve. Don't let him get away with it.
If you want to get away from Wheel of Time, allow me to introduce you to a lovely little show called Has Been Hotel.
Oh God, I looked that up as soon as you said it. It's like, no.
It's like Tumblr.
Fan site.
It's like
Tumblr. Hey, Venkman's girl. How you doing, Venkman's girl?
Gray.
Hi.
What's going on with you in Japan?
Nothing much, mate. Just dropping a couple of comic book reviews a week. That's about it at the moment. Yeah, but enjoying it, Zax. I don't do it for views, you know what I mean?
Well, no, I love your stuff, Gray. I watch all your stuff.
I know you do, and I love you.
I don't even buy the
it.
comics, but I will listen to you talk about the comics, and you love them, and that's good enough. Like that's enough experience for me. And yeah, so go sub to Gray. He's just dropped his link in the chat, and then notifications on so that when he starts his stream, which is at some odd hours, like 4 a.m. here, you might know, and you can jump on and talk to him live. It's like we have a Lady Hawk situation with Gray in Japan where we just can't quite line up, except for we didn't need clips, but I guess we missed our chance.
I live stream when no one's watching. That's my plan. It's a good plan.
We had some fun with Roadhouse. That was good.
That was cool.
That was fun.
Catching up on the Jake Roadhouse. It can't hold a candle to the Patrick Swayze one, can it? No chance.
No, not even close.
Even with Conor McGregor in it.
I can't believe the remakes. There's
It was so bad.
You're there?
No, I'm not there this weekend.
No. I liked the first Roadhouse movie, and based on everything that I've seen from this, was it reboot or remake, or I don't even know. It's loosely
masterpiece.
Yeah, is that what it's called, Zach? Yeah. No interest whatsoever, and I'm not spending money on this piece of shit. If it comes out on FX like a couple of years from now, I might look at it while
He's free. It's on Amazon Prime, Boosh.
It's crazy. It's laughably bad. We had fun making fun of it.
Stunts are amazing, Steve, aren't they? So realistic.
God, man. Who knew you can fly 100 feet in the air and live? I mean, God.
Yeah, exactly like that. Like I've seen scenes from it, and I'm thinking I'd rather have broken chopsticks being used as a colonoscopy than pay for that fucking movie.
Oh,
yeah,
harsh,
youch,
painful.
I think it was an opus, a magnum opus.
I think that's actually a punishment in China. They stick a
McGregor.
glass rod up your urethra and then they shatter it. I think that was a
you need to get away from whatever country you're in.
I'm in America.
I don't want to see your search history.
My search history is filled up with all sorts of weird stuff. I'm probably on a fucking watch list at this point. Like the last thing I looked up was some sort of random conspiracy theory about how we're the gods are just playing a card game up in the sky, basically.
Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry.
Is that not true?
I don't care.
Is that not what's happening?
He doesn't roll the dice, does he? Einstein said
no,
that.
Not
God
just the
roll the
gods,
dice.
all the gods. All the gods, like Jesus, Odin, Zeus, all of them. There's a group of people who actually think that. And they're just playing a game for our souls, basically.
Zax is one of our gods, and he has 4 of them behind his head there.
He's the god of the stream.
They take my commands.
Then we have our patron saint. We have our patron saint. Zax, who's our patron saint?
Saint Michael?
Hunter J, man. What are you talking about?
Hunter J's abandoned us.
He's still our patron saint.
Our patron saint is Movie Bob.
I think his channel has gone from being on hiatus to being gone, unfortunately.
I don't care. We still have him. We have clips.
We will always have Hunter J.
Instead of raising a hand, raise a fist.
That's right.
The advice is so good.
Yeah, here you go.
The last thing I want to worry about is 3 a.m. in the morning. If someone decides to put a gun up against my mom's head.
What the fuck?
That's the last thing I want to worry about too. See?
Yeah,
you understand?
He's not wrong.
That's such a redundant sentence. 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, no shit, it's in the morning. It's 3 fucking a.m.
What the fuck is that?
But that's the last thing he's worried about.
Yeah,
that's the last, like 3 a.m. It's never going to happen at 3 a.m.
I just wish he he added at the end of that last time, and then it'd be oh.
we have done some digging into places where he used to go in the circles, and we've asked, and they're like, we don't speak about him at all.
I can't deal with my mom having a gun to her head at 3 a.m. again.
Yeah,
It's what? It's what?
She might suck me back up in there.
That's it. Mama gun.
Oh no.
Hostmann, what's going on with you? Anything you want to promote again? I know you're just getting going, but you were going to show us Hostmann Hotel.
Yeah, the Has Been Hotel review is coming out. I got the little intro that's going to be in it. I might need to retool that because I was listening to it and the song I used was Burn in Hell by the Twisted Sisters and it didn't sound quite right. So I think I might retool it again. But yeah, I just got that coming up, and then I'm gonna be on with Gooch and crew again tomorrow for Edge Runners. And then I think I'll just be on for Edge Runners next weekend, maybe Wednesday again if you guys will have me. But like in May, like the summer, I'll probably won't be on any streams at all because that's a pretty hard time to commit to streams.
Because you're young and full of joy.
I can see Kashigi Yabushige with chopsticks.
Absolutely. We're going to put that one above being eaten by rabid dogs.
Wait, so summer is when you have to beware at 3 a.m. Is that?
There's
yeah,
a whole
I can't put a gun up against my mother's head at 3 a.m.
Yeah, every day during the summer you have to be on full alert.
Well, there's a first time for everything, according to Hunter J. The man is a font of wisdom.
You guys have to give me the link to that stream. That's fucking hilarious. I have to see these quotes in their context now. Like that, I have to see all these clips in their context.
No,
You guys
just
have to give
watch
me the link
Circle
for
Jerks,
the-
dude.
Dude,
need to
that's
watch
context
Circle
for
Jerks.
that one. Really, there's
just
not a lot. That's
Yeah,
just what
Zach,
he's-
what's the context, Zach?
There's no context for that one, really.
Blue.
It's just
Blue. Blue is the content.
yeah,
Green.
you're right. Hostman, your link is in the chat now, and it's in the description. So go sub to you, get you a boost on the way. You've got 2 videos, more coming up.
You gotta start somewhere. Come on.
Copy link. Let's have a look.
We'll get you some subs going on.
Baby steps.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes.
Hey,
right? Everyone's
just
gonna
gotta start. Keep on going.
right. Keep on keeping on. Well, let's talk to the man himself here, Boosh. What's going on with you? Doing some gaming stuff or what?
Yeah, after this stream, I'm going to fire up Shadows of Mordor. I think it's part 6. I'd have to look. I'm going to slice some heads off some orcs and scare the shit out of the rest of them. Then shoot arrows in the back of the head as they flee. So that should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And Circle of Jerks is Saturday, 11:30 p.m. Central.
Yep. You
Yeah, that should be a good time. Are you actually doing it this time? You're going to bail
You
me out?
always tease me. You tease me, little Boosh, because you're just as bad as Flaccid with this stuff. He's like, well, I don't know if I can do it again. Then you want to do the show, then you don't want to do the show. It's like, come on, guys.
Well,
Are you in or you out, Boosh?
So
Call your
when
shot.
you invited me, oh, shut up.
Call your shot, Boosh. Let's go.
The last time you invited me, I accidentally made out with you and got the flu.
That'll happen.
Oh no, that happened to me as well, Boosh, a while back.
Yeah, I actually said to Zach in DMs, like, I can't make it, dude. I'm way out of sorts. And he's like, oh, are you sick? Like, he's fucking mocking me. And I showed him the thermometer that said 101.5.
Yeah.
Like, no, man. I'm pretty bad shape, dude. And then I showed up on Tim's talk like a week later. And I sounded like Zach when I was talking to Tim. It was still pretty rough. I'm fine now, and that's why I'm here now. And I'm sorry I missed Squeaky. I love her to death. She's amazing.
Yes, Squeaky is an amazing person. And yeah, 18 months in. Yep, I could have had 2 babies by now, with this instead of this infection. But we'll go with it anyways.
Right.
This is not the mission. No, it's not.
Prophet,
Sir.
Hostman, and Gray. Nice to be on a stream with you.
Yes, you back at you, man.
Yeah, man, you too. It's always been in the chat in the
I've
past,
broken
hasn't
my
it?
cherry.
Stonehead. Stonehead is a legend now. Stonehead forever.
All right.
Hostman is amazing. You're a cool dude, even though you're a child, which is gross.
Really?
Thanks.
I love the samurai
Yes.
helmet on the cat.
He's like 19. Like, to me, that's a child. I'm sorry. I have gray hair. Zach understands.
Oh, I have gray hair.
Zach's.
Less hair than I would like to have too. So both are problems. Throat herpes will do that to you, Zach, says Trip. You're supposed to watch what you put in your mouth. I do watch it go into my mouth all the time. And I just can't keep it shut. That's the problem, you know?
It's
The
throat AIDS, by the way.
Throat
Okay,
pregnancy, I
herpes. There's a drug you can take. It's called Valtrex. I think you've heard of it.
No.
What Zach's gonna have is throat AIDS.
I've been working on trying to. This is I'm thinking we could do maybe a cloning exercise where I can feed some stuff in my throat and see if I can have babies there. We'll see. Anything else can live in my throat, so we'll get it done. And then son, Dempsey says, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. But Boosh, what is your stream is after this?
Yeah, as soon as we get out here, I'm gonna fire up my stream.
All right. Well, do you have a link? I guess it's not started yet, though. You don't have a link for it, do you?
I can't, my computer is dead, so I'm on my phone, and I don't know how to link that through the StreamYards on the phone.
I have put your link in the chat though for your channel.
There should be someone that's a mod that should be able to link.
Yeah, there's your channel there. It's there. Go sub to him and then go say hi when he starts his gaming. And yell at him.
I interact with the chat and
yell at him.
I will do it to the point where I get killed by some fucking Urukai. That's a lot of fun.
Saruman. All right. Well, we are going to wrap it up then, peoples. Leave a comment after the show. That's always fun. And go say hi to Boosh when his stream gets going. And Saturday Night Circle of Jerks probably here. I don't know for sure yet, but myself or AJ.
Hopefully it's not on Placid. Jesus. Ugh.
I don't think so. Nah, he's more of a guest now, less of a host. It's a lot to carry. He doesn't have the arms for it. That's all.
Thank God.
Oh, the shoulders. The shoulders, Zach's. Not like you.
He doesn't have the Zach shoulders, no.
Here we go, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Respect to the trans community. And fuck you, transphobes.
Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gonna catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gonna catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Transphobes, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. Transphobes, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. You better watch out. Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gonna catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Transphobes gonna catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are